Enter the lion. Weighing in at 715 pounds without clothing is the alpha lion who is afraid of the shower. LIO Convoy. Okay, then you can keep him out of your Discord server and grow up. Easy peasy. You solved your own freaking problem. We can end the call now. That's it. We're wrapping up stream. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thanks. Okay, the call is like a year old. This is from like a year ago. So this is from a year ago. The call occurred on 5/2/2024. This is the SASU call. I have edited out some of the sections per SASU's request. SASU has been kind enough to give a statement on LIO Convoy and the other person present in this call. I have also included that statement below. The edited section starts at 1 hour. All previous parts of the recording have been left as is. And then this is the statement that we will read together when we get back. That's what we're going to do. Wee. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at this. This is SASU's statement or whatever. There was a Google Doc at one point. Okay, so this is SASU's statement. So this video was released on June 5th of 2024. The call itself occurred or it was recorded on 5/2/2024, and some of it's been edited per SASU's request. So this is SASU's statement. Quote, on May 2nd, under false pretenses, I was pulled into a call with LIO Convoy, Untitled Sunny, and Ponder Sprocket, Crystal Flame, and around 100 members of the Cat's Lair server on Discord. The reasoning for the call, relayed to me via Sunny, was that it would be to settle the differences and part ways. This is not what happened. Instead, LIO and others took the opportunity to try and discredit my statements about my experiences with the Senate, LIO himself, and other events. I was in my car for the entirety of the call and was planning on driving around mainly because I didn't want my parents to get involved again. To my understanding, I think that SASU was 25, but I don't know if it's mentioned in here or not. Didn't want my parents to get involved again. Interesting there. But seeing the call already going south, I pulled into a parking lot and conducted the rest of the call there. For almost 2 hours, I tried to defend myself as best as I could, only for Ponder to end up causing me to put my guard down under the idea that the conversation would reset. During this time, I admitted intrusive thoughts that I had been harboring for a lengthy period, which I had never acted on, nor had any means to do so. The call ended with me having a severe breakdown, which led to the discussion being terminated. I did end up returning home safely and without issue. I requested that Patrick edit the video for my personal sake, as I was growing uncomfortable with the idea of it being out there. As for a statement to LIO and company, I do not want to hear anything about how you were, quote, trying to help me, or you, quote, needed to be held accountable, because this was neither. This was some cruel, sick attempt to get someone to break for your own personal entertainment, possibly financially gained on YouTube. Over the last year, people from the server have A-logged me, condoned the harassment of my family, and has opened the door for other actions. Long since removed to try to come back into my life, sending unwanted packages and even making death threats. While I still hold myself accountable for my wrongdoings throughout the whole situation, you will never be able to use me for views or content again. Your overall behavior has been disgusting, opportunistic, and outright abusive. Whether that be LIO, Sunny, Ponder, Lumi, Balj, or anyone else, this is the last time I will be asking you in clear language to leave me alone and stop baiting me for content. Crystal is being excluded from this, as she did apologize to me in private on her own volition, so I asked that no one go after them. While I was fine with the video being out at first, mainly because I was tired of drama, but then, after some time, this helps no one. The impacts from this call have been enormous, and while I have not been great, I am not in danger or under duress. I want to deal with my own issues head on, instead of having the world see them and pass judgment. I hope this is respected. SASUFRASU. So, my understanding of this, and I'm sure that we will get more into this as we watch this and we learn more. My understanding of this is following the fallout with the FCK server. For those who are unfamiliar, the FCK server was like an art commentary community server that had all kinds of depraved, disgusting, vile, potentially illegal shit going on in it. My understanding is that LIO Convoy had access to the logs of the FCK server for quite a while, but did nothing with them. And it was Peaches, I believe, if I remember correctly, that was actually in the FCK server and was privy to all of this information, and they did nothing. Crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. We will continue to learn as we go on. I don't know a ton about. I'm just in my early journey of uncovering what is the depravity that is the ACC and the FCK server. I'm just now playing catch up. I know this happened like a year ago or so. However, I think that I have enough introductory knowledge, and then we'll just kind of see where this goes. People can feel free to correct me. Let us begin, Mamacitas. Let's lock in.
Full sentence saying, referring to Sasu, saying his name, and then saying, but we don't have to have time to get into all of that, and then continuing on with the video. That is the amount that Sasu was brought up in that video. So I think it is absolutely ridiculous that you have a grievance with being brought up in a video where you were brought up once in a single sentence. And also, you have stated multiple times that you want to take accountability for your actions, and what you did was bad. You cannot take accountability and then also demand people to never talk about you and never talk about the things you did to people. Because if you actually thought that what you did was wrong, you wouldn't mind people bringing it up, because that it would show personal growth in the fact that, yeah, I did those things wrong and I'm working on myself. The fact that you
I'm not sure who's speaking right now. I don't think that it's said. Who are the other people that are in this call? It's one of these people. Crystal Flame, maybe? Or Sunny? I don't know. I don't know who's talking. I think it's Sunny.
I blow up on Twitter every single time someone brings you up.
Is that Peaches? It does kind of sound like Peaches. I don't know. So, for right now, it seems like Sasu was brought up in a video and then had issues with being brought up in the video. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Sunny's the British one, okay.
It just shows to me that you're not willing to learn. You don't actually like. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to sift through my screenshots because there's a few.
There's a few.
But do you seriously think that nobody is allowed to talk to about you at any point?
I believe I made myself clear when I said I don't want to be talked about at means in any capacity. It's because first and foremost, and if I could explain it, first and foremost, I'm embarrassed of what I've done. I don't want to be reminded of it because I'm not I don't want to dwell on it. I really don't want to be reminded of it because it brings up bad memories and it starts the process all over again. That's why
I would love context here as to what Sasu apparently did. I tried looking the other day to see if there was like a synopsis of this anywhere, but there is no the Sasu's Twitter has been nuked, so I can't access the document, or at least I'm not smart enough to access the document that exists. Yeah, if anybody can fill me in on the crimes. I was stalked and harassed somebody in LIO server. Oh, so what LIO does? Okay.
I want to be left alone. I don't want my name mentioned in any of this. Second of all, is that I believe that the best growth is when I have a clear mind. And that means not having outside interference. That means not having people come to me and ask, what happened to you? What happened to you? Or, say very mean things about this or that or third. I virtually wanted to heal by myself. Now, when it comes to the Twitter blow-ups, when it comes to all the times that I interjected myself when I didn't need to, that's my fault. That's my stupidity. Well, I shouldn't use that harsh term, but that's my doing. And the reason is because I can't help it. I'm a reactive guy. I'm a very reactive person in the long run of everything. I don't usually think. I just react. I just do. And when I do, 90% of the time it doesn't work out. So when somebody brings me up, I react in a negative way because it's in a negative light. I don't want people to see me in a negative light. I'm trying to restart from the ground up. I'm trying to rebuild social circles, the ones that I badly, really, really badly concocted and then destroyed. And I feel like the least I can be granted is just to literally 100% never be mentioned again by the community, because first and foremost, I'm not fit for the community. And second of all, I'm already embarrassed with what I did. And it's already caused a significant amount of turmoil. So that's just what I want to do. So when I say, leave me alone, that's what I'm referring to. You can still talk about me in passing. I just don't want the stuff publicized, because if it goes public, what good does it do me? What good does it do to anybody? It doesn't do good to me. It doesn't do good to my family. It doesn't do good to anybody that I'm trying to affiliate with. I mean, that's just, on top of all the stuff that I had to endure the first time, this is just adding salt to the wound. That's all I'm trying to say at this point.
Then let me interject.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Enter the lion. Weighing in at 715 pounds without clothing is the alpha lion who's afraid of the shower, LIO Convoy. Give him the chair!
It's okay, Sonny, I've got this one. Sasu, you are being brought up because of your actions. People do not owe you silence over how you have affected them or your actions. You have the right to change. You have the right to grow. People, you do not have the right to demand silence about your actions from people you affected at all. Because you know what? I'm going to play a little bit of my hand here.
Hang on, what did I miss? Sorry, hang on.
You have the right to change. You have the right to grow. People, you do not have the right to demand silence about your actions from people you affected at all.
Did he say, sweetie, don't worry? Did I miss that?
You are being brought up because of your actions.
Wait, hang on, fuck me, hang on.
What good does this do to
Hang
anybody?
on, if I missed
It doesn't
that,
do good to me. It doesn't do good to my family. It doesn't do good to anybody that I'm trying to affiliate with. I mean, that's just, on top of all the stuff that I had to endure the first time, this is just adding salt to the wound. That's all I'm trying to say at this point.
Then let me interject.
Oh, sorry.
Just a moment. It's okay, Sonny, I've got this one. Sasu,
Okay, Sonny, I've got this one. Settle down, kitten. Daddy's here. Ugh, please. Ah! Don't worry. Not now, Kitten Whiskers. Daddy is cyberbullying another member.
you are being brought up because of your actions. People do not owe you silence over how you have affected them or your actions. You have the right to change. You have the right to grow. People, you do not have the right to demand silence about your actions from people you affected at all. Because you know what? I'm going to play a little bit of my hand here. You know the Rosa call's been
Did
circulating.
he say a little bit of Mein Kampf? Hang on now.
Because you know what? I'm going to play a little bit of my hand here.
Oh, my hand. I think he said, I'm going to play a little bit of Mein Kampf right here. I was like, hold the fucking phone. What did we say? What did he say?
You know the Rosa call's been circulating. And you know what I've done? I've eaten it. I take the credit.
That's not fucking true at all. Literally, this time last year, he was on a call with fucking Stardust being like, yeah, I mean, it was bad, but like, how was I supposed to know that she was disabled? Like, how was I supposed to know? And then Stardust was like, she said multiple times she was disabled. And he's like, well, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Hang on, because Stardust still has this VOD, doesn't she? I don't know. She rebranded her fucking channel again. She is just killing herself in a video game, just constantly rebranding herself. Why does this ding dong keep doing this? Okay, lives. Oh, playlist. Do we have a VODs playlist? Stream VODs, full playlist. Okay, that's what I want. And it was like this time last year. It was this time last year. Oh, perfect. She hasn't streamed in like a year. Easy. Easy. Okay. Easy work. Where is this? Because this shit was fucking hilarious. Can I just command find LIO? Interview with LIO Convoy. Here it is. Okay. Because I remember hearing this specifically. Where's my transcript here? I need my emotional support transcript. Yeah, they're talking about apologizing right here. This is perfect.
That's where I have a problem. So, like, for example, with the Rosa call, you apologized for being ableist, but that's about it. You didn't apologize for calling her a slut hole. You didn't apologize for calling her a
slut
whore.
hole.
You didn't apologize for...
Honorable mention, slut hole. Let's go. Best insult I've ever heard. Jesus.
threatening to call her mom. You didn't apologize for, knowing beforehand that she had all of these conditions and still continuing to let people call her retarded.
Why is this audio so ass? What the fuck?
And letting people, berate her for 4 hours.
I actually have. I didn't break everything down into individuality, but I literally said that what happened in that call is my responsibility because I let people do it.
And then, but here's the thing. You demanded a specific apology. I accept you have gone so far in Rosa in that call to demand a specific apology from her.
Where's the part that I'm looking for?
And then you specifically apologized.
I'm asking you directly.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You specifically apologized for the ableism. You said, yes, the call was horrible, and I'm sorry for calling her a slut, calling her a whore, for threatening her and calling her parents, and knowing that she had all these issues going on, and still letting other people treat her this way.
It's like right in here because she has.
And I will remind you. Rosa said, "I'm sorry for."
She has. Where is it?
Calling her a slut hole. That's not what I'm asking, right? You admit to it. Do you feel sorry for it?
You ask if I gave. Well, of course I feel sorry for it. Why in the world?
Where's the part that I'm thinking?
You all said was the victim. Yeah.
Yeah, Indo was groomed by Necopon. I don't hold Indo
as much in that video.
Can you shoot me a link to it, please?
That aren't backed up with documentation. And that's not to say that you need documentation for every single claim. I think if there's a claim and you are relying upon hearsay with Endo,
What is it?
It's
Where?
ongoing
What is
because
the
again-
one that I'm thinking of? Somebody mind melt with me. They're talking about how she has like a caretaker. There was a word that he used. There was a word that he used that's like an offensive word. What is the word that he used? He used some fucking word for this. I can't remember what it was. Let me look at the transcript again really quick because there's like a word specifically that he uses. No, a handler. That was it. A handler. Thank you. A handler. Oh yeah. Okay, this is the part that I'm looking for. It's right here. It's right here. We were way behind. That's okay. We're right here.
That Rosa was disabled, and you mentioned that she had a handler. I guess my question to you would be like that. You mean like a guardian or custodian, right?
Yeah, I've been informed since then that that's apparently a derogatory term. I wasn't aware of that, so that I do apologize for.
Oh,
but yes,
that's
that is
fine,
what
yeah.
is meant by that they have a custodian.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they have a guardian or custodian. So you know legally, like if somebody has a guardian or custodian, that in a lot of states means that they can't own a gun, they can't gamble, they can't make major purchases, right?
Well, actually, no, because I've had other people that are friends of mine that have been on the spectrum, which is what I knew.
Just because you're autistic does not mean that you have like a guardian. That's totally different. Like guardians are provided for individuals who do not have agency or autonomy to make their own decisions. So, and that includes managing their own money, being in charge of their, their living situation, being in charge of their medical decisions, anything like that. That's like there's a big fucking difference there.
Knew about Rosa. They've been on the spectrum that they have seizures. Excuse me. And they have guardians over them and whatnot, and they're still able to make tons of decisions. They still have full cognition. They're able to make a lot of decisions. One example of that would be Misanthropony. His mother's in complete, guardianship over him, and she's still able to make his YouTube channel, still did some things that he was held accountable for, the whole 9 yards.
I mean, would he argue that Daniel Larson is like all there and all with it? Obviously not. Like, this is ridiculous.
Discovering later on, because as I've stated in my video, the knowledge of the spectrum, mental health, all that isn't really my strong suit, which is why I've made a lot of changes to how I conduct any of these things, especially when somebody is on the spectrum, not related to predator hunting. I don't do that anymore. But for a while, my thought was, if A fits, then B fits, which is part of my problem going into some of these things, not handling them a lot more delicately than I should have.
Yeah, so he basically just says like, oh, well, she should have known better. She knew right from wrong. I remember watching this on stream, and one of the things that he says specifically is like, well, she still knows right from wrong. And it's like, if you have diminished capacity, then your understanding of right and wrong is limited, which is why we try children differently, the way that we would try adults in like criminal proceedings, is because they have reduced capacity, diminished capacity, the same way that somebody who is intellectually disabled can have, not always, but can have diminished capacity. Like they're two totally different fucking things, but...
Criticism. I'm not going to do a single response to anybody who is saying negative things about me in relation to Rosa. The reason why? Because I screwed up. I said and did horrendous things in that call that I will never repeat. That's accountability. I own that. I'm not telling people that, well, in order to heal, I need to not be spoken about. No, that's not how this works. It's not. Accountability is accepting, growing, and moving on.
And also, if I may, you like I was saying before, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You consistently say,
phobia.
I want to be left alone. I want to be left alone. I don't want to be talked about. I want to be left alone. And then you're posting, and you say that you're a reactive person, and that it's just you reacting. Did you react for so long that you made a 26-page document, and or you reacted when you did an entire interview with Tommy's house, or you just reacted when you had discussions with all these people, you were in people's lives chats and all that? That's not reaction. That is you cannot react for that long. That's what you do. And like
I
Leo
explain all
said,
of
it's not. Go for it.
Okay, when I say reactive, I mean like in the moment things, like the Twitter bursts, the posts that I've written, the very small like things that were deleted within like an hour or two, and the stuff that I just throw out on Twitter. That's reactive. That's what I'm talking about. When it comes to the interview, when it comes to the document, that was because, and I'm going to be blunt and 100% honest because I know everybody wants honesty here. The reason I did that was because I held a lot of animosity. I held a lot of it for what happened, especially against LIO, because, and I detailed my grievances out there in that document wholeheartedly. Was that, and the whole I guess animosity started on September 2nd in the document, if you read it, which I know you did, when you essentially told me that my mental health did not matter to what I did. That's when I had a perpetual hate, and that's when I said to myself, at some point or later, I got to get back at you. I gotta kick you when you go down at some point, because we all go down at some point. So when I wrote the document, I know I said in there that it was not a parting shot. It was not to kick a man while he was down. That's half true. I wasn't trying to do that, but it was just to vent my frustrations, because nobody listened to me. Nobody gave a fuck about what I did or what I said and how I tried to rectify it, as paper thin as it may be to the subjective sense. When I guess you could say, now that I think about it, I probably should have just not said anything. I just should have been on the sidelines and just said nothing.
Now is where I'm going to step in. When I
Back up, kitten. Get behind me. Quick, get behind me, kittens.
said your mental health does not matter, It was not in the sense of it doesn't matter, you don't matter as a person. It's because it did not matter because you were trying to use it as an excuse to your objections. You can have mental struggles, we all do. It does not excuse or justify how you treated people, how you acted, or how you reacted. So I'm going to lay this out for you as sternly and
Lay
fairly
it out.
as I can.
Lay it on me.
Okay?
Go ahead.
Fuck me up.
You cannot sit here and tell
Huh.
me with your full face a few things. One,
face.
nobody cared about you. Sasu, when you were posting about hurting yourself on social media, who called you?
You did twice
Why?
because you were genuinely concerned about my well-being at the time.
Dude, just call a wellness check on people. God. Call a wellness check on people. Like, have we learned nothing from the Zoopy Poopy saga? We don't know anything about, we didn't learn our lesson, no.
So don't play that game.
I also, again, say, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and I mean this for LIO, and I mean this for other people like LIO. The truth is good people don't brag about being good. In the wise words of Hobson, a real blank doesn't brag about being real because he knows it, okay? If you do kind things for other people, you shouldn't be doing that for validation. Okay, you should be doing that because it's the kind thing to do. It's not something that you hold over someone's head. So I would say probably I've probably helped like every single one of my friends move at some point in my life. Am I like, oh yeah, bitch, well I helped you move, so you owe me da 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 da? No, it's a kind thing to do. People that keep score like this are manipulative. People that try to, acquire a list of good deeds to weaponize against other people in order to feign, oh, but I totally cared. Why are you treating me like shit when I did X, Y, Z for you, and you're treating me like shit after I did this? That's ridiculous. That's what manipulative people do, and that's what bad people do who are pretending to be good for the external validation. Because if you are a good person, the reward that you get for being good is doing good actions, and that's enough. That's enough. You don't give, food or money to homeless people with your fucking phone shoved in their fucking face recording it because you want everybody to think that you're a good person. You do it out of the generosity of your heart. These are two totally different things. And I will continue to reiterate that I do not believe for a fucking second that LIO is a Christian. Well, he's an evangelical. That tracks pretty hard. But it's like, you do not do good things for validations from others. You just don't. If you're a good person, you do it because it makes you feel good to help other people. And then you don't lord it over people's heads after the fact. That's bitch shit. That's bitch shit right there, bruh.
When people allegedly treated you horribly in that June call, who held them accountable?
You did, and you told me that, and Aaron told me that at the time too.
Like, he just has a little black book of, like, IOUs where it's like, on this date, I texted you and said, how was your day? You owe me 3 capitulations in a Discord call. It's so fucking gay, dude. It's so gay.
And you have been heard out in multiple calls. And the second one I had with you with Asuka was you constantly talking about how people need to make room for your problems, your issues, to their detriment. Literally, that's what you were saying. Because you wanted to come back in the Senate knowing Lumi, you didn't want to be around you because, well, we shouldn't change all of our values around Lumi, around one person. You have been heard out multiple times. Now, I have tried to help you in multiple ways to my own detriment. I have sent you something to see if that'll help you out. I have been on the phone with you and your mother to try to get you some help in terms of interaction.
LIO Convoy is just like one of those big plastic kiddie pool basins that you can get at like fucking Walmart. Because he's like a big, huge, like fucking 15 by 15 round disc, and he's shallow as fuck. That is a very strong message, and I think that we should all take time to appreciate that.
Whoa! This is a strong message!
And being around people who are the caliber you would like to be, because I'm going to try to be kind and polite to you in this call. I have taken the brunt of the nonsense that people have tried to throw your way concerning me. And on top of that, when people started harassing you via mail, via DoorDash, I did my best to keep you calm and tell you what to do and how to respond to it.
Instead of doing that, why didn't he criticize the people that were doing that? Like, realistically, let's spin this another way. The tides turn, and all of you guys hate Sai. Everybody in my community is like, Sai is an evil lesbian, and I'm like, I've been saying this, you guys. And Sai is like, yo, people are sending me pizzas, people are sending me DoorDash, all this crazy shit. What the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on? And I know that there's people in my Discord that are probably fucking with Sai. Why would I not just ban them? Why wouldn't I be like, guys, this is not appropriate, we're not gonna do this, fucking stop it? Why would we not Like, why is it like, I told you how to handle it? Why did you not put your foot down? Why didn't you put your fucking elephant foot firmly in the dirt? You know, as all the kittens flee, they're like, ah! Why didn't you do that? I don't understand. I don't understand. Keep your kittens on a tight leash or don't have kittens at all. That's my advice. Write that down.
You have said multiple times here that you just want to be left alone, you just want to go away. That could be 100% balanced, Sasu. It could be. It's not what you actually want. And the way I can tell that is by your actions. In a few ways. Number one, you constantly vulturing around the community, hoping to see me stumble and fall because you're angry at me when all I've done is try to help you. And that is literally all I have done. Is try to help you. Much to the chagrin of the people around me. Because I am foolish enough to try to help people who don't want to change. Something that I am very recently choosing to not do any further. Secondly, the moment you thought you'd get an upper hand, where do I find you? I find you in Kumo's server, running a mouth. And not just Kumo's server, I also found you in Crystal's. Now, Crystal is kind enough to learn how to play the game.
Thank you, Crystal.
So while it seemed like we were beefing on social media, we were still talking behind the scenes. Actually, it wasn't Crystal's server, was it? It was Doritos, I think. I saw what you said in that server. You want to justify to me why you thought it was okay to accuse Peaches and I of being friends with benefits?
Because you guys were doing the daddy-daughter shit on stream. You are an adulterer, LIO. You have committed the cardinal sin of adultery. Emotional affairs are still affairs, okay? Yeah. If you're doing the daddy-daughter roleplay in public on stream, yeah. That's fucked. That's fucked. Very Christian, very Christian. How many sins have we committed thus far? Like, let's start ticking them off. We've got, you know, we have thou shalt not covet. No. Thou shalt not, commit adultery. Thou shalt not tell others to kill themselves. We're speed running through like all of them, you guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. The 7 deadly sins, wrath, gluttony. You guys, how could I forget gluttony? Holy shit. Wrath, gluttony, lust. What else we got? There's got to be. We've got to check off some other boxes, don't we? Envy, sloth, pride. We've hit all of them. Gluttony for sure. Pride. Yeah. Okay, we've hit, we have 7 out of 7 of the 7 deadly sins. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. It looks like Jesus is crashing out. LIO is an adulterous whore. Yeah, true.
That was something I said in the heat of the moment, and I apologize for retract that.
I don't want your apology. I want to know why you thought it was acceptable, because you know better.
He's like scolding his kids. It's so embarrassing. It's so cringe. I just don't understand, like, if you're going back and forth like this, like, just block somebody on Discord. I don't understand it. It's like, I don't get it. If one of you guys was being this fucking annoying, I would just ban you from my server. I wouldn't do like the gauntlet of like, the gauntlet of like, Bionic, I really need you to come to this Discord chat again so I can help convince you that your behavior was wrong. I would just fucking ban you. I don't understand. It's super gay. Religion debates coming to Malcolm's channel soon. If anybody wants to debate religion, let's go.
I can't explain that. I don't have a cohesive explanation for it.
Because here's the hardline truth of the matter.
Hard line.
I haven't heard the end, but I'm sure it's filled with pathological lies. Because unfortunately, that's who you are, Sasu. You will lie. You have lied. You'll continue to lie. You show up in places you are not wanted. You constantly try to edge your way into other places, knowing full well that you're not going to be accepted there either. And you plot.
God, pot calling the kettle black. It's like he's saying this to a mirror. This is so funny.
Desire revenge against a man who has never actually done you wrong. Because I haven't, Sasu. If anything, I've done the people around me wrong by trying to help you more. That's why we have a problem. Go ahead, Sonny.
I was just gonna also bring up, if you didn't want to be dragged back into this, then you shouldn't have been lying on interviews. Because I'm gonna bring up things that don't actually make
Christian denomination tier list. Evangelicals have to be at the bottom. They're close to Seventh-day Adventists. Mormons are down there too. Catholics and Jesuits are right at the top. Born-again Christians are also really close to the bottom. Catholic converts are actually at the bottom.
I look bad and pretending that they do. For example, I actually wrote down a bit of a transcript of the interview. I didn't get through the whole thing because I got so fucking mad that I closed it out. I was listening to it just before this call. I had to close it out because it was genuinely killing me off. But you specifically stated, I was starting to get very close to one of the mods, and I will admit that I made rash decisions, incorrect decisions, and I've apologized and taken accountability for that in the document. But the way it was handled was exceptionally bad. And the point where I stopped transcripting was when you said, I was never told of any boundaries.
Correct.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
You okay?
You've
I'm
got to
gonna
be
close
kidding
this
me.
up. You were told on multiple occasions in multiple calls, hey, what you are doing is borderline parasocial, and what you are doing is unhealthy for both yourself and for the people around you, and especially to Lumi himself. So what you need to do is take a step back. And that was the first call, and we've all agreed that that call was very gentle. We were handling you with cotton gloves, and we told you very firmly and
Cotton
gently,
gloves.
hey, what you're
Cotton
doing is not
gloves.
okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not healthy for you. I'm telling you this as a friend. You can come to me anytime if you need to vent, but you need to stop trauma dumping on people. You need to stop crossing Lumi's boundaries, and you need to respect
All these fucking little boobs and their stupid fucking. Oh, it's boundaries. My boundary is don't at me on Discord. My fucking boundary is. It's like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, it's so stupid. Just block somebody if they're bothering you on the internet. Close your eyes. I don't fucking understand. This is so fucking annoying. It's just so dumb. You crossed my boundary. You didn't respect my feelings in the matter. Oh my god, go outside. The pseudo therapy speak makes me want to pull my hair out and eat it. It makes me want to pull my hair out and fucking eat it.
that Lumi is uncomfortable by how close you are trying to get to him. That is the call we had where it was plainly set out. And still, you tried to push and you tried to push, and you were trauma dumping on other people as well. You were told multiple times, I don't want to hear about, like, I don't want to
Trauma dumping. Hey, how was your day? It was actually pretty shitty. I had kind of a bad day. Can you not trauma dump, please? Can you respect my boundaries? Like, grow up!
dump. Like, I don't want you to trauma dump on me. You were told multiple times, and that is
Do I eat yogurt now?
why the second call happened, because you were pushing those boundaries. And in the call, you said, and I quote, when we spoke together, I brought up, why on earth would you go to people who have specifically said that they don't want you to trauma dump on them when someone, me, has told you that they're happy for you to vent to them. You have an avenue where you can actually talk to these people, so why would you go to other people? And you said, and I'm quoting this verbatim, you said, the best way I can answer is that I go to the first person I see and dump on them. And I said, that's stupid, and you agreed. So you
So
were told
dumb.
about boundaries
That's so
multiple
dumb.
times, and you still crossed them. That's
Just fucking kick him out of your Discord server. Like, you are responsible for your own problems in this situation. Like, fucking, I don't know what to say. These are like adults. LIO Convoy is about to get a senior citizen discount at his local Denny's. Okay, like, we're old as fuck, bro. And we're still doing this gay shit. Like, just fucking block them. Like, what the hell? What the actual fuck?
That's why the second call happened. So what you're not going to do is lie on this fucking call, because if
First off,
you
I'm
want
not
to talk
lying.
it out, you are literally lying. We literally have the call where you were specifically told don't cross these boundaries, and we have the second call where you specifically brought up the fact you agreed to the fact that you crossed those boundaries. You have
Fact, in the
multiple times.
In the call he had with Asuka and I, you literally said you don't agree with somebody's boundaries. You knew they were there.
Yeah,
So
no.
Yes, you did. That's recorded, Sasu. That's recorded. And I'm being very calm, very patient with you. I've accepted enough from you, I think. I will not allow you to lie about your actions, because you have been doing that for quite some time now. It's also why you had no problem terrorizing people in order to get the attention you wanted. And this is something I often would not say, because usually I find it important, but as somebody who's had to put up with that behavior for the better part of 2 years now, I feel I am somewhat qualified to speak of it. What you did to Asuka and Indo was absolutely horrific. And I think you did it to them because you said they'd be vulnerable enough to put up with it.
That's absolutely untrue, and you know that.
Actually, I know that it is true. You want to know how I know it's true? It's because the minute I hopped on
Go
call,
ahead. I want to hear that.
the moment I hopped on call and I told you to knock it off, you did.
That's because I didn't know what the hell you do. You were threatening to call the cops on me, sir.
Because you were threatening to drive your vehicle off a ridge, sir.
Oh, so he did call a wellness check. Okay. Credit where credit is due. We win some and we lose some. Good job, guys. Good job. We do want to do that. That's good.
I explained.
When Asuka and Endo told you that they were going to call to get you help, you told them if they did, you would have the cops shoot you.
Ooh, President Sunday, LIO Convoy crossover when? I have like a dream content list. Quick pause. This is my dream content list right here. This is my dream content list. This is my wish list, okay? So 1, I want Poppy and Xena on financial audit with Caleb Hammer. I want that. That's number 1, obviously. 2, I want LIO Convoy X versus Not So Erudite on religion. And then follow up off of that, double header. I want LIO Convoy versus President Sunday. Sunday on religion. I can't spell. Religion, right? Religion? Yeah, religion. And then after that, I want Wick TV versus Ethan Klein on the lawsuits. This is my content wish list, okay? So if this ever comes to fruition, I'm gonna fucking freak out. We could also do even just for fun, I'll put in there Innuendo Studios. Innuendo Studios financial audit. That's my wish list. This is my wish list. Ooh, and then another one here. Gilded Poo being interviewed by Mr. Girl. That's another good one. That's another good one right there. That's another good one. Love that. Okay. Perfect. Ooh. Brianna Wu on Jubilee Middle Ground. Because I want the microphone, like, you know, the clip-on microphones to catch this the entire fucking episode. This is what I want.
No.
So this is my wish list. If you guys can make that happen, I'd love you forever.
You didn't say that to me. So I said it in the last conversation I had with you. I'm going to say it here. You have a tendency of playing these games with AFAB people. You're not going to play it with me. You shouldn't do it with them either, but I know what your lists are. You're not dumb enough to pull out with me, so you're not going to start here.
This has nothing to do with AFAB people. Don't even get started on
AFAB
This has
people.
nothing to do
Oh
with
my
AFAB
god.
people. Excuse me. This has nothing to do with AFAB people. This has nothing
I
to
like how it generates it as fat. This has nothing to do with fat people. And LIO Convoy's like, what did you just say?
do with AFAB people.
Then explain the pattern.
Can you explain the pattern?
Yeah, because you'll do it to
The
Oscar.
only thing I can explain.
You'll do it to Sunny. You did it to Lumi. You tried to do it with Peaches. You don't do
What is he doing? Just trauma dumping on people?
it to me. That was-
Probably because you're like an antisocial fucking freak. Everybody's like, please do not let LIO know that I'm online right now. Please, I don't want to talk to him. Broke, AFAB. Woke, fat.
Out too. That's 6, Sasu.
You didn't do it with Baiju.
Well, Baiju's a piece of shit. We all know that, but regardless.
I'm gonna be real mean because I think you need to hear this. I'd take Baiji over you any day.
Okay, then fucking kick him out of your Discord server and grow up. Easy peasy. You solved your own fucking problem. We can end the call now. That's it. We're wrapping up stream. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thanks. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Just kick him out.
I actually did not hear that. What did you say?
I said I'll take Baiji over you any day, and I'm not saying that to be specifically mean. I'm saying that because with Baiji, what you see is what you get. With you, you pass that and lied.
So you're going to take somebody who falsely called me a rapist over me. Is that what you're saying?
You know what? I've actually had the chance to re-listen to that call, Sasu. That's not exactly.
And Sasu, I have decided, speaking on behalf of the raped, you raped. Dude, come on.
What happened?
That's exactly what happened.
I'm not done. Baiji's point is that rapists also like to abuse boundaries. It was a asinine comparison, but it wasn't calling you a rapist.
Technically, he was. He was saying that my actions linking me to a rapist.
He's just so autistic. Like, he doesn't understand, like, this here, too. Like, he would probably say, because he said to me and Space Frog, like, within a 24-hour span, because he has no original thoughts, he was like, do women instinctively cover their drinks when you're around? Said that twice. He would probably never own that is, like, insinuating that somebody is a rapist. Because it is. Why do women cover their drinks? It's because people are putting Rohypnol in their drinks, which is a roofie drug, to date rape them. Murder me!
Therefore, he called me a rapist, or a rapist in the making.
That is not how that works, Sasu.
That is exactly how it works.
I just told you that's not going to be accepted. And I just also pointed out a 6-person pattern of behavior for you that I noticed you can't really have any sort of retort to.
Brave.
The reason why
Well,
I say
if you would let me explain.
Go ahead, explain away.
Explain.
Go for it.
I said this, and I'm going to.
He said that to you too? Oh my god. Brother, this guy stinks. Oh my god. Like, I respect people that have creative insults, okay? I really do. Some people have said some crazy shit to me. I think it was in, like, when I talked to Chet Logic, I think somebody in his chat was like, Malcolm in the middle of transition, and I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Write that down. That's very good. That's very good. But if we're just punching the same shit over and over again, it's so fucking boring. I understand that I make fat jokes a lot, but, like, every joke is different. I'm not hitting the same fat joke every time. Like, there's diversity in thought, diversity in content, and that's important because it's so fucking boring when everything is like, you're a doofus. It's like, okay, we heard that one. Change the station. I'm bored.
To say it again, and you better let me talk because this is starting to get really stupid. Can you let me talk?
Go for it.
Go for it.
I don't take advantage of AFAB people. I don't take advantage of anybody in general. Like I said, reactive. I am reactive. Sometimes it's a spur of the moment. Other times it can linger out for days. You don't know what I'm thinking in my head, first and foremost. You don't know what's wrong with me. So don't even go there. All right, we're going to close that avenue off really quickly. Second of all, I am.
Funny you say that, DZ, because Morale is both fat and single and not married. So ironic that you say that because I'm so less gay. Come on.
I can't convey my emotions properly. So whenever I'm feeling sad or angry, it comes out as anger or violence. That's the unfortunate thing about it. You don't know what I have to go through. You're never going to know what I got to go through. And frankly, I don't need you telling me how I should deal with it.
Dictating. Excuse me. I'm not dictating how you should feel. I'm
You kind of
dictating.
are.
No, I'm dictating how you will not react. Feelings are one thing.
Again, crazy idea just kicking him out of the server. I don't like what you're doing. Bye.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, we're not saying what you should be doing. Like I gave you advice before on what you could do. That if you don't want X to happen, you shouldn't do Y because they directly correlate. Oh, Lio died. Oh, there he is. But they directly correlate with each other. So if you don't want X to happen, you shouldn't do Y. It's just basic equations. But what you're trying to do is you're the one trying to dictate what we should do because you're the one being like, I don't want anyone to talk about me ever. And you shouldn't talk about me and shouldn't bring up anything you do. You were trying to dictate ours on what we should or should not say. And the fact of the matter is, you've recognized a few times that you hurt people. So you think that people who are not hurt by you are allowed to talk about the way that you hurt them? And then
hurt people. Didn't Lio hit Jar with that? Hurt people, Jar. Time is a circle. Nothing ever happens.
refuse to hello?
Yes.
Go on. No, go on, Diego. It was really go on.
In that document, and I said multiple times in voice calls, and don't interrupt me when I say this because I'm trying to be as patient as possible. I'm trying to be as detailed as possible, and I'm trying to be as forefront as possible. I have admitted to what I did wrong. I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not defending what I did, and I'm not going to be called a liar because my mother.
Liar! Oh my god! Wow.
Liar!
They never raised a liar, and frankly, I'm starting to think. And excuse me, I hate to even bring this up, but now I'm starting to feel like I'm being attacked for being a male with mental issues.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I want to talk about this Twitter thread. Do you seriously think that people are attacking you because you're a cis white male, Jewish male? Is that
Yes!
what you think? Sasu.
Yes!
Let's tackle that whole.
Oh, it's a liar. You muted yourself.
In what way do you think any of us are anti-Semitic?
It's not the anti-Semitic thing. Let's put that to the side. I'm talking about my white heritage first and foremost. I'm talking about my white skin color.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the fact that I'm a male.
What do
You guys, silence! A white male is speaking. Everybody be quiet.
you think your ethnicity has anything to do with how people?
Because anybody, and I said this in the Twitter thread, and it's true, that when Aaron had a meltdown, they had to be coddled. When Aiden had a meltdown, they had to be coddled. When Sonny had a meltdown, I was there to coddle them, and multiple people.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, and we'll let this play more in a second, I might be pause-andying, I completely understand. If this is the argument that, like, every time one of the girls, like, crashes out, you guys, like, baby them, but if I crash out, you guys call a fucking wellness check on me, I would say, like, okay, I think that's fair to call out. Where it's like, when the girls in the server, like, crash the fuck out, and they're having a hard time, everybody's like, oh, my queen, like, yes, queen, anything for you, Beyonce, but, like, if I freak the fuck out, you guys are just like, get good, fucker. Like, if that's where we're going, I mean, yeah, we know for a fact that Lio offers priority to his female Discord kittens. We do know that is fact. We will not contest this at all. Lio does love his Discord kittens much, much more than he loves his male Discord kittens. This is very true.
They were coddling them. When anybody with that was transgender or was gender fluid or non-binary had an issue, they were comforted. But when it came to me, a white cis male, as we call it now, when I came and I said, I need help, I was literally screaming for help, but I didn't know how to vocalize it. What had happened to me? I got villainized for it, and I got browbeaten in front of 100 people. So that's why I think that. And I know it's true.
Like, again, our wording is a little bit off here, King, but I would completely agree, just because I know that all of these spaces, especially these sweaty, like, online, fat hand Discord moderator spaces or whatever the fuck, if there is a woman in the midst, the woman gets priority every time. People will, like, trip over themselves to comfort the upset queen. The easiest way to get attention is to be a woman on the internet. That's really it. So this is true. This is true. And, Lio claims that he isn't gay. I don't know about that. All things are possible through Christ who compels us. But he does quest hard for the distraught, the mentally ill, and the raped females in his audience. This is very true.
That's it.
No. Can I?
No.
Mind if I say a point if that's okay?
Here. You can
So-
go ahead. Here, still take a shot at it.
Yeah, so you're saying that you weren't cuddled because you're
Okay, this one's Crystal Flame, right? Crystal Flame's the British one.
cis white male, right? Going off
Yes.
fire. Like, I don't really know you, Sassy, you don't really know me kind of thing. So when I had an issue, when me and Lio had an issue, and Erin was convincing them to make a video on me, there's a call which again was deleted between me and Lio. I wasn't cuddled. I wasn't supported. In the third call, which will never be made public, I was almost crying. It's not just because you're a cis white male that you were treated that way. I was treated like shit as well. So
Is Crystal trans? The other question that I have here again is, like, Why is this like an AA meeting for like abused kittens? Where they're like, well, you know, when I got publicly raped in the town square on LIO's Discord server for upsetting him, you know, I just took it on the chin. You know, I really didn't let it affect me. And as somebody who has been pillaged and publicly defenestrated, you know, it's just you just have to take it in stride. And, you know, when I got screamed at by 100 different people in the Senate Discord chamber for my misdeeds, you know, it really made me reflect on my actions. And I think that you need to take like a better perspective on this. Like, this is quite literally what like, like ex-Scientology meetings look like. This is fucking so funny. This is so funny.
So I don't really get that excuse because I have all the things which you're trying to say. Oh no, only people like this. I'm autistic. I'm trans. I have all of that, and I wasn't cuddled and protected. It's a weird point for you to raise.
Oh my god, you guys, triple threat: trans, autistic, and probably white. Oh my god, call the cops.
Well, it's a true point to raise because, again, go ahead.
Well, if it's a true point, then why did they not cuddle me then?
You're comparing one call to the months of shit that I had to endure during and after the fact. Okay,
I had to endure
my mental issues.
I had to
Go
endure
ahead.
like almost full character assassination. Like again, you're saying it's not an example.
Yeah, you
like
did.
you were saying, yeah, I had
to endure being tortured to death by 1,000 knives. You're fine. Grow up, kid.
like people trying to fully attack my character, multiple hate messages and everything like that. So your point of being you weren't cuddled because you're a cis white male makes no sense. Because I wasn't cuddled either,
does
and I'm
make
trans.
Also,
One moment. Before we continue, please. Sasu, have you at least pulled over? Because I don't need you agitated while you're driving.
I've been pulled over for the last 20 minutes.
Good. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So here's where I have to cut in here.
Cut in.
Okay.
Let me know.
Go ahead.
Sasu,
Tell me about
number
it.
one, Crystal has a very valid point. Because frankly, the kindness I gave you, I should have showed to Crystal. Second,
Oh, we're pitting the kittens against each other. We're pitting the kittens against each other. This is triangulation. That's what this is. I'm in a call. Don't Smoke in Bed is in the call with me, and Honeybee is in a call with me. It's me, Honeybee, and Don't Smoke in Bed. I'm really mad at Don't Smoke in Bed. I have been scolding them like a bad kitten for the last 20 minutes, and Honeybee is just kind of there being like, well, you know, Malcolm gets angry sometimes, but you can't help it. It's just his feral nature, you know? And I say, you know, Don't Smoke in Bed, I've been really nice to you. I've given you a lot of opportunities, you know, to be active in my community. You know, I was even nice enough to offer to come to one of your drag shows, but I should have given that kindness to Honeybee. How is Don't Smoke in Bed going to feel about Honeybee? I'm pitting the kittens against each other. The kittens are fighting. They're not targeting me. They're not calling out the stupid, fucked up shit that I'm doing. They're fighting with each other. This is crowd control 101. This is like milieu management, and LIO's Discord server is basically like a fucking psych ward. This is milieu management. This is triangulation. This is manipulative. This is pitting people against each other. It's evil. It's evil. It's wrong and it's evil.
Aaron wasn't coddled due to just the breakdowns. And on top of that, you actively continued to do scumbag things.
What
Why would I
scumbag
coddle
things?
you when you're
Examples.
being terrible?
Examples?
My mental health issues are not a result of being a
Moderator, source for this claim, please.
scumbag. That's a completely unfair. That's completely unfair to even equate the two, and I'm genuinely offended by that.
Okay.
My mental health
You can be
issues.
offended.
Excuse me.
That's fine.
Excuse me. My mental health issues are the result of a multitude of other things that I'm not going to go into publicly here. And frankly, I don't want to go into publicly here. And I told you this 3 separate times in this call. The 4th time. Can you let me
You don't
talk?
have to, because that's why you're doing this. Sasu, I've been letting you talk, but I'm not going to let you run roughshod over people here because it's what you like
I'm not
to do. So I'm going to be very clear here. I'm going to be very clear here, and I've been very firm. I haven't even raised my voice to you.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Why don't you just, like, adopt a kid or something? I don't know. Like, do something else with your time. I'm just kidding. Please don't let LIO Convoy adopt kids. Like, adopt another cat? I don't know. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I don't understand. I don't understand what it is. If you want to play dad so bad, like, what are we doing, dude? What are we doing? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Ah.
So you're going to listen. Well, you were not treated cruelly because of your mental health. You weren't treated cruelly at all. We told you that your reactions and the way you were responding to your mental health issues was a problem. You were not treated like a monster. You were not harassed by us. You were told in multiple calls.
This is a strong message. LIO said that he didn't want kids because he'd probably be abusive towards them. I mean, considering the adopted kids that came to our home, yeah, that kind of manifested in reality. Even the adopted Discord kids apparently aren't safe from LIO's wrath. The other thing that I think is really funny too is when Jordan lived with him and they got into like their fight or whatever the fuck. He said he like invited Jordan to come and fist fight him. Your adopted raped Discord kid, come and fight me, bro. Come and fight me, bro. This is just discount boogie 2988, you guys. That's literally all it is. He's gonna come outside, waddle in with the tuba sound in the background. We're like, what are you guys doing in my house? And then he's gonna negligently discharge like right into one of his fucking cats. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be Kino content. Keemstar would love this. Keemstar, I'm reaching out to the ether. Ooh, hang on. Wait, here we go. This is another content wish. 8. Replace boogie with LIO on lolcow live. That's another content wish, you guys. We're writing that one down. Very important. This one, I'm actually going to move this one up. I think this one should be moved up. This one's actually going to come up here. I think this one's actually going to be number 2. This one is going to be LIO replaces boogie on lolcow live. Yeah. That one's got to go up higher. That one certainly has to go up higher. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, now we have our list. It's been updated to reflect my wants and desires. That'd be so fucking funny.
Most of which you requested, go somewhere else.
Ethan Klein he's not as much of an instigator as Keemstar is. Like Keemstar like makes them fucking crash out. Ethan's a little bit too neutral, I think. I want somebody who's an agitator. I want somebody who winds people up on purpose, like, you know, a little Beyblade, and then just like rips it, and then they just like that's what I want. And Keemstar does that. Ethan's too passive. Like, yes, he's a shit stirrer, but in a different way. He's not so much Jerry Springer. I'm wanting Jerry Springer vibes, and that's what Keemstar does.
Or else, we don't want you in our spaces. And in the call you and I had with Asuka, and including this one, I'm not done. You admitted your biggest issue is that you don't like it when you don't get your way, and you're acting the exact same way this time. So no, I'm not going to let you sit here and say that, well, you don't care about my mental health. What about my coddling? Sasu. It doesn't justify. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to use your mental health to justify your actions, and that's not going to be accepted.
Listen, all I'm going to say is if Grace Thorpe can get on lolcow live, there is no fucking reason that LIO Convoy cannot be on lolcow live. That's all I'm going to say. If Grace Thorpe can get involved in this, LIO Convoy can do it. Who do I need to talk to about this? Who do I need to email? This is really fucking important to me. Okay? This is my new mission in life, okay? Like, this is fucking crazy. That would change my life, bro.
I'm sorry, but no, sir. It will not.
Also, I just want...
Go ahead, Sonny.
Go ahead, Kitten. You may speak.
I want to point out that you say that you weren't treated fairly or kindly at any point.
Supposedly Sasu stalked and harassed somebody who was in LIO's Discord server. And then Sasu was also trauma dumping on a lot of people, apparently, like bouncing around, like being like, oh, I hate my life, I'm gonna come, like shit like that. So like his greatest sin is probably being like really fucking annoying. That's probably his greatest sin. And that's kind of like a common trend here, is that the cardinal sin that a lot of these people have committed is just being fucking annoying in LIO's Discord. That's the cardinal sin.
Did the first call, did that happen, or did it not, where we sat you down and very, very gently explained things to you, and you agreed that you were going to try and go get help and work on yourself for like 3 to 4 weeks before you started pushing boundaries again? Did that first call not happen?
Oh, I never said it didn't happen. I have acknowledged it times.
Okay, so what do you mean that you weren't treated kindly at all? Because that call happened where we tried to do it delicately, and then when you did it, and then the second call, I for a fact remember that I was absolutely furious coming into the call, but I still spoke to you with a level voice, and I tried to let you know all of my frustrations because you were doing things that had hurt other people, and you felt like you were entitled, because that's what it is. It was entitlement. You felt you were entitled to be around spaces with the people that you hurt because you felt that you had recovered yourself enough, but you didn't seem to think about the fact that the people you hurt had not recovered enough. They were not ready to let you back into their spaces, and because you weren't allowed back into your spaces, you made that document where you were upset and you called people like you called me a close friend despite not treating me like a friend for all that years. But that's neither here nor there. You in the call, completely out of nowhere, raised your voice and screamed at me. After we had a private call beforehand where I had specifically laid out, we had shared things with each other. I'd specifically told you about one of the triggers that would set up.
The other thing that I don't necessarily understand about all this as well is that like Jennifer's bringing up a good point, is like, why do these people care this fucking much about anything like regarding this? I have no fucking idea. I was gonna say content, but it's also not content because he doesn't stream any of this shit. Like, he's not making money off of any of this. There's no revenue. There's not really any incentive other than he like genuinely one hand on the keyboard is like screaming at people in Discord. Like, he's beating his meat viciously to verbally berating people on the internet. Like, that's the only thing that I can think. I don't know why the fuck you would put this much effort into this shit. It's so fucking gay. Like, do you not have other things to do than yelling at people who you don't even like? Like, if I don't like someone, why would I sit down and have a conversation with them about how much I don't like them? I'm thinking like interpersonally, because obviously all of these people like think they're best friends. Obviously, if I'm getting paid for it, I'll talk to whoever because I think it's fucking hilarious. But like if there was somebody in my life that was irritating me and I didn't like and I didn't want to be friends with them or like maintain the relationship, I would just like stop talking to them. Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this? I don't understand. It's very odd. It's just kind of weird.
Off a traumatic reaction from me and explain why, and you still raised your voice to me. And I phrased myself wrong in the third call that happened because I don't want it to come across. I want to make it plain clear. I don't know if you did it intentionally or not. I'm not going to say if you did it intentionally or not. But you came out of the gate screaming when I had a completely regular and low tone with you, and then you want to say that you were the one being victimized when you started screaming before anyone else did? Because I didn't shout at you, Sasu. Did I deserve to be screamed at in that call?
I wasn't shouting at you directly. I was shouting in general.
Okay, well, you were talking to me, and you randomly started screaming.
Is the homeless guy that I walk by on the street that's fucking screaming, is he screaming at me because I'm next to him? Or is he just screaming because he's crashing out? Like, shut the fuck up. Everybody is so dumb. Like, all these fucking hoes want to pretend that they're, like, debate lords or whatever the fuck. Like, LIO was like, I completely dog-walked Sai in that conversation that we had in Upblock's Discord. And it's like, you cannot answer a yes or no question to save your life. Like, all of these people want to, like, debate bro, ultimate logic lord, all this shit. You know what the ultimate debate bro, logic lord solution is to all of this? Stop giving people attention that you don't want to come back and bother you. If this guy, it was the same thing with Dreamer. If Dreamer's pissing you off, if Dreamer's annoying you, if he's being a troll, if he's following you around, whatever the fuck, ignore him. He'll get bored and he'll go and bother someone else. It's really not that fucking hard. Well, according to Pythagorean's theorem, it's like, shut up. You guys can't even fucking debate bro properly. And I think that's the thing that is most precious to me, is the debate bro content. And the fact that we can't even do that correctly makes me really upset.
That's because I had one person trying to tell me something, and I had another person trying to tell me I was a scumbag, and I had a third person trying to say another thing, and it got overwhelming. And the December call, the third call, the December call, I was pissed because you people came in and tried to interfere with something that I was trying to do away from you people. That's what pissed me off the most during that whole fucking thing, was that I was trying to do my own business. And then for whatever reason, Asukai and Aiden had the brilliant idea to play superhero and go and talk to the artist that I was trying to talk to.
Somebody called me a debate pedophile, or a debate pervert, sorry. They say debate pervert. It's people that like actually want to debate, but it's like, if you're presenting an argument to me, why would I not fucking argue back? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. I forget who it was. It was somebody, I think, in Falgi server, and it was like, if you can't follow the fucking conversation, don't talk. I don't know what to say. If I say, here's an example. I say, hey, what the fuck happened with Jordan? Why did you let somebody who was, raped, abused, essentially like parasocially attached to you, move in with you like the second that they turned 18? Isn't that kind of weird? And they go, well, what about Sai? Pause, rewind really quick. What did I just ask you? What does that have to do with the question that I just asked you? I'll answer your question when you answer mine. I don't do this dumb shit. I am not getting walked around like the fucking pumpkin patch while you pick out whatever pumpkin you want to take home to carve. I'm not doing that. We're saying right here, answer my fucking question, and then I'll answer yours. Like, none of these people can fucking answer yes or no questions. It's insane. It's actually insane. It's like, hey, what do you think about the Rosa call? Oh, well, did you know that 10 years ago, Sai said dyke on Twitter? It's like, did you not hear me? Do you have an audio processing disorder that I need to be sensitive to? Because I can accommodate. But did you not hear what I just fucking said? What does that have to do with anything? Let's back up. Let's press rewind. Okay? I am a debate pervert. And you can write that down. Because I am not a fucking idiot. And I like to follow conversations where they go. I like to have arguments with people. That is the whole point. LIO doesn't like having arguments. LIO just likes fucking screaming at people. There's a totally different... It's a different category. It's a different galaxy. It's a different universe. A different god, even.
When they're totally capable of telling me anything themselves, and then try to play hero and essentially start the whole process again. That was bullshit. That whole thing was bullshit. I hold a lot of resentment over that. And again, I will state, I did shit wrong, but some of you people did not handle it right. And I am going to take that to my grave.
Sasu? Sunny's not referring to you raising your voice in that call. Sunny's referring to you raising your voice against them completely needlessly and out of nowhere in the June call, but Sunny was the only person talking to you.
And that's what I'm saying.
No,
that is what I'm saying.
You just mentioned the call you just mentioned the call here in December. The call that happened in June, which is what Sunny was relating to, didn't have 3 people talking to you at the same time. You weren't overwhelmed. You just raised your voice randomly. We just listened to that call today. You're not going to play that game here. No, sir.
No,
I-
sir.
in that
So
call.
then we must have listened to two different calls, because I specifically remember people were trying to say your apologies are too political. You're not saying the right things. Oh, we don't want to hear this. We don't want to hear that. You guys, hold on just a second.
Hold
I'm
on
starting
there,
to get really fucking
bucko.
upset with all this, because it doesn't seem like, at least for the fourth time, you people are trying to I would even say that this is starting to get into character assassination at this point.
Huh?
Because if you want to go down that route, if we want to go down this route, you knew very well, and most people knew very well, I had issues with social cues, and I had issues with anger. That was completely voided and not acknowledged. Hold on. It was not acknowledged, and none of it was even considered. All this has been some type of, I even say, conspiracy to get me to get riled up and to give you guys content.
This is not uncommon in these spaces either, is needling people and keeping them around. It's like a fly on a string or like a bee on a string, you know, where you get them docile and then you wind them up and they fly around, but you got them on a string so you're in control still. It's the same concept where people do keep around people who are, you know, reactive, you know, maybe people that are a little bombastic, people that just like say shit that are a little unhinged. Everybody keeps those kinds of people around because it's funny to watch people get wound up. That's why lolcow culture is very popular, because everybody thinks it's funny. It is actually quite normal for these communities to keep people like this around because it's entertaining for them, and it is also incredibly normal for people like LIO Convoy to needle people until they explode. And this is an incredibly manipulative tactic. Because it validates like my reaction. So if DZ, I'm mad at DZ for something, and let's say that DZ is 4'11". Let's say that's how tall DZ is, and I'm like, shorty, oh, little shorty, patorty, can barely reach the top shelf ass bitch. Like, oh my god, what a fucking loser. Like, look at this little short bitch. Do you need a stool to get over here? Oh my god, like what a loser. And then DZ turns around and he's like, fuck you, Malcolm. I fucking hate you. And then I'm like, whoa, I told you guys that DZ guy was fucking crazy. Remember when I told you that? I told you he was unhinged. I told you he's crazy. I told you guys to be careful of him. I told you he was off the chain. He was, you know, a rabid dog lying in wait. I provoked that reaction. That is my fault. I wanted him to react like that to validate my dislike of him. I contrive a situation where DZ behaves in a way that I can condemn, and I can point and say, look, you guys, I told you DZ is crazy. And then I win. Because everybody thinks that DZ is crazy, and DZ reacted, you know, well within reason for me bullying him for being a short king. It makes sense, and this is what manipulative people love to do. Needling people and triangulating people. It's like the two top, you know, pick out of the bucket of manipulator tricks. That's certainly up there.
And this is starting to get really fucking stupid, because frankly, I'm 26 now. Hang on.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I got hit with that too. Oh my god, I got hit with the I don't think so.
Clear here, Sasu.
Go ahead.
You're trying to play this game. This is not conspiracy.
It
This
is.
is not character assassination. No, you don't know what that word is if you're using that in this context. You came into this call and you literally admitted not only do you have anger issues, but you have issues with violence as well. That's a problem.
Oh, no, you're not going to take that out of context.
Always, I'm not taking anything out of context. You're going to sit and you're going to listen. Your problem this entire time has always been that you're not getting what you want. Just like now, we are telling you directly what has happened in these calls that we have recently listened to. We are telling you what your actions and reactions have been through this entire debacle. And whenever you are held to task on it, you start getting upset, you start raising your voice, you start claiming things like conspiracy. Sasu, let me be very candid with you. If we wanted to diminish you and conspiratize against you, we wouldn't do it by sending in a Discord call. We do what those scumbag weirdos you used to hang out with are doing.
Also,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Hold on. Go ahead, Sonny.
again,
I don't think so.
I'm baffled that when you say that we must have listened to two different calls. Listen, I have the call pulled up right now. I'm happy to pull it up right now. If someone gives me permission to screenshot, I will happily pull it up. But because if you seriously don't believe that it came completely out of nowhere, I'm happy to show you, because the context of what was happening in that was that you got heated about I think it was Plink or something saying about you were saying something about I believe, sorry, this is off the top of my head, I don't remember the context fully, but Plink said something along the lines of Sasu only cares if it's Lumi talking, because I was talking about a specific situation that you blew me off, you undermined what I was talking about, but then once Lumi did the exact same thing, you basically like you treated Gloomy completely differently when something that me and Lumi did was basically the exact same thing. And Plink brought that up. You got really mad at that one comment. I was explaining, and then you chilled out. I was explaining, the context of that is that Plink is saying that when I did that, when I told you something personal from my life, you kind of brushed it off. But when Lumi told you something from his life, you got really upset about it. That's why Plink is making that equation, because in that sense, it did seem, it did come across like it only mattered if Lumi said it. And I was like, and I said very plainly, very calm, like talking exactly how I'm talking now. Did you understand? Did you misunderstand what was said there, or do you take that as it is? And you said, oh yeah, I misunderstand it. And then you were like, I'm just sick and tired of people it was you said something else, and then you just started screaming. And that's why I had to be like, you are not going to take that tone with me, because I'm literally just sitting here.
Oh, what a crazy stunt lock.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, every single action you've ever taken in the entire situation is malicious. I'm not going to do that. That's my
Not
personal
gonna do
opinion.
that.
People are free to disagree with me. My personal opinion is you weren't malicious the entire time. However, you do not get to, even if it is not malicious, even if it wasn't of your intent, you still have to own up to those actions because you did them. You're a grown-ass adult. If I did the exact same actions that you did, I'd be apologizing for the rest of my life, and I would be owning up to it. And nope, I'm not done.
Oh my God, we're still talking.
You get really upset.
I would really love context here. Like, she says that she has, like, the call or whatever the fuck. Let's see it. Come on,
When
don't be
people
shy.
cut you off, am I allowed to finish my sentence, please?
Well, God, your
Get to-
sentence is a paragraph. Let's go. Hit the points.
The point, please.
Yes, I agree.
My point is that while you're saying that you weren't malicious in the slightest, you cannot do these actions and then pretend that people are character assassinating you by bringing up stuff that you did factually do.
No, it's not even the factual part. It's the fact that you're spreading it around to people that I associate with that have nothing to do with this. First off, all this has happened in a closed or in a contained community. And now you're threatening to publish it and have everybody see it when they don't even know what the fuck happened and they're not even a part of it. That's the thing I'm pissed off about.
They're going to know, because here's the issue. Hold on, Phineas, please. Thank you.
Father is speaking. Kitten. Silence.
Sasu, you talk so much about how upset you are that, well, the rest of the community doesn't need to know. Sasu, you've tried very hard to let the community know your incorrect assessment of things. You could sit here and say you do things when you're upset, but here's where I have to make a comparison that some people aren't going to like. And if it triggers somebody, I do genuinely apologize. But it's the only
We're
one I
getting
have.
triggered.
I already dealt with somebody who said that they had manic episodes that last days or weeks. That was Phagos. I didn't accept it from them. I'm not accepting it from you.
Oh, so he's just fucking stupid. Got it. Because manic episodes can last months. Manic episodes can last months if people are unmedicated. Manic episodes can last an incredibly long time. I don't believe the actual factual information about manic episodes. Actually, like, shut the fuck up. They can last for extremely long periods of time. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Dumb fuck. Good job.
Phagos is a trans woman, so I'm treating you equally.
There you go.
Because you're both men to me. Oh, LIO transphobic as well. Oof.
Yeah.
She chose to go to by treating you equally.
This is not equal treatment. Not at all whatsoever. Are you kidding me?
Okay, you're right. Hold on, you are right. It's not equal treatment. I was a lot meaner to Phagos.
Sasu.
Oh, really? We're going to get that tone. Okay, I'll play that game.
Sasu, let me
Play
finish
it.
this. So you want to move past this, right? You want there not to be character assassination and everything else along those lines. If I'm assuming this correctly, again, I'm very disconnected with it. Again, as neutral as you can be with all this. So you say that you've been mistreated by the Senate, you've tried to stand up, and you want to move forward, and you don't like what the Senate's doing to you currently with the, in quotations, character assassination, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing that confuses me is that when me and LIO had our falling out, you came to my server, which is very disconnected from the Senate, and you forwarded your document and you used my place as a place to talk about everything, when I made it abundantly clear to everyone who joined.
Oh, I think I'm remembering now. I think that this is like the document. They're referring the document that Sasu made. It was mostly just like everybody was fucking with me, and I didn't like it. And I didn't like that everybody was like airing my grievances to everybody and their mom. They kept bringing it up and telling everybody, which, I mean, you know, feel however you want about that. Thank you, Jennifer, for the 4 and a 9. Everybody witness. Eyes on, eyes on.
In my server at a time that my server has nothing to do with the Senate. So going off that definition of that disconnection or something what happened in its own space, haven't you attempted by your own definition to character assassinate LIO?
I character assassinated LIO?
Better question here. Is Sasu a quote-unquote like content creator or anything like that? Because I think that the reality is, and you just, if you disagree with me, you're just wrong, is that if you're somebody who like maintains that space, you're held to a different standard. And some people might think that that's unfair. But there is completely different standards for people who engage in communities and then the creators themselves, right? Like these are going to be two totally different playing fields that we're operating on. So truthfully, what LIO chooses to do, he live streams that like to the public. So things that are presented in public are able to be critiqued in public. This is supposed to be like a Discord server where everybody just like hangs out and has girl time. Well, I know that's not what fucking Lion Slayer is for. But that's like the general sentiment, right? Like that's the general sentiment. So yeah, they're different standards. That's a more important question. And what has Sasu done that LIO has not? This is very true. This is a great question as well.
Yeah, well, going by your standards, by bringing events that LIO has done in a closed space to a different place, going, because that's what you're saying is character assassination. That's what you've done to LIO. That's what you've done in the Senate. So did you try to attack LIO's character with character assassination going off your own moral standings?
That,
Because my server has nothing to do with the Senate. My server is PG-13. So.
oh, okay, I guess if that's your logic, then yeah. But
No,
go ahead.
I'm not saying it's my logic. I'm using your own definition of character assassination. You're saying bringing up something which happened in a closed space to a different community is character assassination, yes? Because that's why I asked you, you agreed with that. And I'm saying you've done the same thing to LIO with bringing your document into my closed server. I wouldn't define that as character assassination. I would define that as informing people. There's, again, different...
You have to separate like the people that are involved though, because again, you would hold somebody who is like the creator in the space to a higher standard. You would say like the same thing where like if some random fucking Twitter account tweets something to their one follower, who cares? But if somebody who has, 100,000 followers on Twitter tweets something, that's going to open up a different door of kind of public accountability. That's going to be totally different, right?
Different standards of different meanings of words in that degree. So I'm just interested that you're taking such issue with LIO talking about the allegations that you've made against him with posting his side of it, but it's okay for you to do that in other servers which have nothing to do with the Senate, because you have tried to inform me about stuff that LIOs do, that you've had bad treatment within the Senate. And I'll say I don't know, and if you did have bad treatment in the Senate, I'm sorry you had to face that. I'm not part of that, but I'm genuinely sorry you had to face that. But you can't go around saying to multiple... Am I not, Sasu?
No, you're not. Nobody here is sorry.
Okay.
And I state this. Hold on.
Why am I not sorry, Sasu?
It's not just you. It's everybody.
No. You said I'm not sorry. You addressed me. Then you put me as a collective of the Senate. So how am I not sorry? Please explain.
Because you were somehow influenced by LIO with him saying 3 simple bullet points. When I had this whole long document detailing what I had with screenshots, with even PayPal transactions, and a fucking phone log of every call that I had, and all he said was, "Oh, Sasu's a really bad person. He's a parasocial weirdo. He's a parasocial weirdo. He's a parasocial weirdo."
No,
and then without even talking to me, hang on just a second. Sorry.
By the way, Ponder wants to talk when you're done, Crystal.
Yeah, that's all good. I'm just curious because I think I know where he's going with that.
Yeah, don't let him respond. Let somebody else talk. Great idea.
Sorry. I had a call come in and I didn't want to answer it. All right. Anyway, instead of asking me, hey, what's all this about? Without even asking me my side of the story, you just up and banned me and you up and ghosted me without even asking me what's going on. How's that fair?
Okay, so let me explain. So LIO and many other people in this call, did I instantly ban Sasu when you said that you had an issue with him? Did I cause a fuss about it?
You did not. You caused a fuss about it and you asked for evidence.
Yes, I refused to ban you until I got evidence. Like LIO, Zach, B, and multiple other people were saying, ban Sasu. Ban Sasu, do not associate with Sasu, do not apply to Sasu. And I said, give me evidence. I don't know if what you're saying is true. And when I was provided evidence, I banned you from my space and I stopped talking to you. And it wasn't because you're the quote parasocial widow, because again, I don't go off testimony. The reason you're banned from my space is that people have set out clear black and white boundaries to you, and you said that you feel that you shouldn't respect that. Going off my own moral standing, I don't want you in a space with minors in a PG-13 server if you cannot respect basic boundaries. That's the reason you're...
All right, I'm going to dispel this once and for all. I'm going to dispel that notion once and for all. This is getting out of control with that fucking statement. Let me dispel it. When I said I disagree with the boundary, I was talking about that statement happened in June. That was in the June call. That was because Aiden had told me multiple times that I did nothing wrong and that I had not disrupted any boundaries. Never clearly said that, never clearly defined that until then. And he made it clear that the last time...
I'm not shouting at you. We can just talk. We're not shouting here. Okay, I'm not shouting at least. I'm talking...
Oh my god, grow up. Has anybody ever had like a real fucking issue before? Anybody ever had a real issue before? Like, I don't know what to say. Like, oh my god. This person is getting passionate. Silence. How dare you?
Talking to you separately. Can you give me a...
Because this is out of control.
I know it is, but shouting will achieve nothing. Again, there's no need to shout.
Nothing.
I'm going to listen all... Like, I'll probably understand you better if you just speak to me calmly. So,
all right, fine.
I'm giving you.
Let me talk about it calmly.
Go for it.
When I made that statement, it was in the June call.
Yeah.
Leading up to that, and I'm going to preface with this, leading up to that, and I made it clear in the document, Aiden never specified what his boundaries clearly were. And he told me the last time we had any type of breaking communication before then was May 5th through 15th. And he said, don't talk to me for 10 days. And then once we get back, once that time is up, you can talk to me again. That's what he said in the call.
Imagine setting like a timer when you, in 10 days, if you guys have shown that you were willing to behave, I will let you out of the kitten crate. Like, what the fuck is this? Go outside. Holy shit. This is insane.
From my knowledge, I might be misremembering it. Maybe my memory's a little hazy. It does suck, but that's what I remember. There was never any discussion. Hold on. There was never any discussion about what exactly the boundaries were. There was never any clear definition of boundaries. So let me explain this. I don't have a clear instruction. I'm not going to understand it. I'm not going to fully understand it. If you don't give it to me up front, how am I supposed to know what your clear boundary is? But anyway, digressing off of it, when I said that, It was out of pure frustration that he was cutting contact without even having the chance to explain everything like adults, because the whole call was going to shit at that point. The whole call was going to hell in a handbasket. So I just said, you know what? I disagree with that. And then I immediately said afterwards, I'll respect it regardless. That's what I meant when I said I disagree with the boundaries. I am tired and I'm getting so pissed off.
And then when they do these two, they pull them into the like a Discord where there's like 100 people in the call, and everybody has to be muted, so everybody's listening to it as well. It's really fucking embarrassing that nobody can just like squash their beef like a fucking adult. It's so crazy. It's like, just get in a call and we can talk about it. Like the public humiliation and the public lambasting is something that I think is indicative of like a cult mentality, right? You have to publicly execute detractors in order to instill the fear of this will happen to you if you don't behave. Right, that's certainly something that happens. That's what the fucking Outback Steakhouse room is when people piss him off, he throws him in there for everybody else to like roast the shit out of him, make fun of him, bully him, whatever word you want to use. And then everybody is like, oh shit, I don't want to go to Outback Steakhouse, dude. I don't want everybody to fucking just flame me for days on end and I can't defend myself at all. It's a scape kitten. It's a scape kitten. It's very cult-like behavior. It's fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. And mind you, again, LIO's like 40 years old. He's like 40 fucking years old. He should be like playing golf or something. You know, becoming an expert in whiskey tasting or something. Why the fuck are we doing this with our spare time? It's crazy, dude.
With that comment being taken out of context, hold on.
Okay.
That comment is being taken out of context and lacking significant lead up.
Okay,
So I hope that's clarified.
You've actually explained more context than that I knew. But again, you are definitely branching me in with the majority of the Senate, or at least the whole idea of the Senate that you have. For me, if anyone even feels that they have the right to say such sentences to anyone, no matter the circumstances, no matter the context, I don't want you around my space. Because again, I'm very, very, very disconnected from the Senate. I'm very of my own thing. And I have the right to remove you from my community if I so wish. I've made it clear that my server has nothing to do with the Senate. So even with the context, as I understand, like, you are frustrated, you have your full right to be frustrated. I'm not going to say how you can and cannot feel. But with that, for me to respect your feelings on the matter, you need to also respect mine. Where I stand, if people will confidently say with their full chest, I will not respect your boundaries, I do not want someone who says that or acts like that in my space, in a PG-13 server. So that's why you were removed from my space. And another thing you've explained is that you've got annoyed that people don't speak to you like an adult, right? And you have your full right to be frustrated with that. I've been in multiple situations where people don't speak to me, don't explain things, and a lot of it can be sorted out in a small chat. Happy days. But with that being said, you're not owed civility. You're not owed people's time. That's what a lot of people forget nowadays. Just because people here are giving you the time of day, just because people will give you the time of day, doesn't mean you're owed it. It sucks, it's terrible, but it's something you need to remember.
Lots of yapping here.
I caught myself out on. That I
Lots
feel
of
that I'm owed an
yapping here.
explanation or owed an apology, but you're not owed anything. That's just how it is. It's cruel, but that's just how the world is.
Yeah,
That's just how it is,
Fine,
pussy.
I agree with that. Go ahead.
You said that you were upset that Luby wanted to cut you off and didn't want to talk it through anymore. It is not. I hate to tell you this, but Lumi is not. Huh?
We were gonna let Ponder talk after Crystal.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh yeah, let somebody else in.
Oh no, you can finish.
Add somebody else to the
Oh,
pyre.
no, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that like people are not entitled, like people are not obligated to sit and talk things out with someone if that person makes them uncomfortable. They don't need like people.
What the fuck is the Mally call? Because Mally malware just like fucking defenestrated Jar, and it was so juicy and delicious. Love her. She's a queen in my heart. She can do no wrong. No wrong. Tell me about this. Tell me this delicious lore.
People should not have to have a clear like reason to do it. But we still actually gave you a clear reason. We sat you in that call and we talked to you about it multiple times and over the span of multiple calls. You just couldn't take I guess like take that answer. So it wasn't an issue that nobody was willing to talk to you about it. It's just that you didn't like the answer that you were hearing.
That's not true.
And
That is not true.
Hold on, to that. It actually is. And to that, and then I'll hand this off to Ponder. Let's listen.
Okay,
Go ahead.
because in my honest belief, I can change. I can absolutely do it. I've already look. People are like, all right. I apologize for exploding. That
Or
was-
I can back up a little bit because I think I ate shit a few seconds before.
I do not wish to be around somebody who displays such behavior. Because to
And
me, the man has prioritized the fact that I did not kiss him on the ass. This is metaphorical, by the way, before you think I'm actually thinking about that.
No.
I'm being metaphorical here. You prioritize me kissing your ass about the fact that you've quote-unquote changed over the, actual change itself.
And I'm trying to stay. See, look, people are like, all right. I apologize for exploding. That was immature. I absolutely
Yes.
was going up to you.
Yep. You do. I'm not
Absolutely
gonna
going
lie.
up to you.
You're right. You do.
Well, it's It's Sprocket's microphone.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to address that you mentioned before you feel that, you know, you
Oh, this is Ponder. Get that. If you want to be at a Discord call, you have to have like a somewhat nice microphone. Okay, I don't. If you get in a Discord call with me and it sounds like you're like farting into the fucking microphone or you have the entire fucking microphone in your mouth, I don't want to talk to you. Like, you guys remember playing Call of Duty when you were growing up and some stupid bitch has the like mouthpiece like right here. And it's like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to say.
would like to be coddled or treated better, that is what I'm here for. So I'd like to take a step away just for a moment. If you will indulge me just for this, I would like you to take both of your fists, bunch your hands together into big, tight fists as tightly as you can. I want you to pull your arms as tight into your chest as you can and to tense up your body as much as it'll go. Can you do that for me?
Are we doing coping skills on stream?
Okay, so we're going to do that. So pull everything in as tight as you can. Bunch your fists up as tight as they will go. Tight, 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 tight. Hold it there. We're going to hold it for 1, 2, 3.
This is so cringe.
5. And as you let go, I want you to let go now. And I want you to feel all of the tension just escaping out of your arms. I want you to push it out the ends of your fingertips. I want you to feel the tension melting away. And I want you to acknowledge that tension melting away. Okay? And if you need to, I'd like you to do that again, just on your own. Anytime you feel yourself getting upset, I find it.
Okay, guys, I want everybody to take a deep breath with me. We're gonna do our shark fin breaths, okay? Is everybody ready? I want you to get your shark fin ready, and we're gonna go up and breach the water in through our nose. Ready? And then out through the mouth. Everybody do your shark fin. Go ahead. Shark fins. Everyone get your shark fins up. I said, put up your shark fin. Put it up. Ready? In through the nose. Count. 4 count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and back under. Did everybody do their shark breaths? You better do your fucking shark breaths.
It's absolutely super, super great if you're just feeling tense in the moment. So I would like to ask you some questions if that's okay.
Fine. That's fine.
Okay. Have you ever had somebody yell at you out of anger in a way that made you feel uncomfortable?
Have you ever felt uncomfortable with people raising their voice at you?
Multiple times.
Okay. And can you expand to me how that made you feel in the moment?
When somebody yells at me out of anger, I feel
This is who Not So Erudite wishes that she was, by the way.
worthless. I feel very small. I feel that my statements are irrelevant, and I feel like that I don't have any purpose in that conversation at that point.
Okay, and those feelings are totally valid. Now, can we acknowledge that even if you have done it as the result of your mental health issues, I completely understand that, can we acknowledge that you may have inadvertently afflicted those feelings on other people by lashing out at them? Can we acknowledge that?
Yes.
Okay, so my job is to keep everything calm, to keep the flow of the conversation going without subjecting people.
And how does that make you feel? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's really profound statement. What does it mean to you when you say that? What do you mean? What does that mean to you?
People to those feelings. I want everybody to feel heard, okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
What I'm hearing is that when you're communicating to me, is I'm feeling, or excuse me, when you're communicating this to me, what I'm hearing you say is that you don't feel heard in this conversation. And regardless of what others think, your feelings are valid. You are entitled to feel however you want to feel about the dynamic that is occurring right now. But what's important is that you don't need the validity of others to hold that with you. And so I just want to make sure that everyone feels heard. Because I'm hearing from you that you're not, but maybe others aren't feeling heard as well. So maybe we could take turns holding space for each other after we do our deep breaths. Gotcha, guys.
So in this situation, can you acknowledge that you maybe have hurt people? Not specifically with regards to lashing out, but with regards to your previous actions of following people around and as they feel, disrespecting their boundaries when they ask you to not do a thing or when they clarify that something makes them upset.
This is the 1 HP voice, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, so in that regard, and I understand that this might be upsetting to hear, but that would make them, technically speaking, victims of your actions. Now, when it comes to victims often feel better when they are given the opportunity to speak about how they have been victimized in a place that makes them feel safe. I'm sure you can relate to that, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so in that sense,
Mhm.
the people who had been victimized by your actions should be allowed to speak upon it because it will make them feel better. It'll make them feel seen. It'll make them feel as though their emotions are.
I just feel like you're not seeing me right now. Like, if we can just pause and put a pin in the conversation, I just feel like I'm not being seen in this conversation. You know, I just feel like you're not making an effort to understand my boundaries. And if you could please respond, please use I feel statements only. Thank you.
Are valid. It'll make them feel validated, and it'll make them feel safe, just as I'm sure you like to feel safe and validated.
Yes.
So in that regard, I understand that it may be really difficult to hear how you have messed up, but if you want to grow as a person,
I understand that accountability is hard, but you have to understand again that part of being heard is learning to hear. Okay, so it's really important that everybody is able to hold space in the conversation.
that is one of the best ways to do it. Is to
Also, just a brain blast right here. This is what Leadhead does. This is good cop, bad cop shit, by the way. LIO is the big, burly, angry fucking hippopotamus stomping around, fucking screaming and telling people to kill themselves and shit. And then you do like the tag team in, and then, you know, Sprocket comes in and is like, I totally understand that you're feeling like you're being forced almost to just like say things that aren't even really true. But when you try to level with others and really understand their perspectives, you would be amazed at what that does for you and them understanding your perspective. And then fucking Sasu's gonna like loosen up. He's gonna soften up a little bit. He's gonna be like, no, you're right. He's gonna be like, no, you're right. You're right. I'm kind of upset right now. You're right. You're 100% right, Sprocket. I'm not feeling really upset right now. I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm feeling like I'm opening myself up here to a beef, and I feel like it's kind of gotten out of my control. And then, you know, I was gonna come in and be like, anyway, you fucking loser. You fucking dingbat.
allow your victims the opportunity to speak up and acknowledge how they have been wronged. And you can disagree with aspects of it, and I think it's totally fine, especially if you think it went a little too far or you're being mischaracterized, and you can share that with your friends, or you can share that in spaces where that has been the case, although I wouldn't recommend it just because sometimes the internet gets a little riled up. They like to see things in black and white. But in general, if you can acknowledge that you have hurt people, it is important to allow them to speak on that. So when you go around saying that you don't like people talking about you, you are effectively asking your victims to be silent. And by saying that your anger issues and the way that you lash out and that people need to be considerate of your mental health issues, I completely understand where you're coming from. However, the person that you have victimized, the people that you have victimized, are not beholden to cater to your mental health issues. And I understand that they may be a little difficult to hear, but that is the reality. When you hurt people, they do not have to take your feelings into consideration because you have hurt them. And sorry, I'm trying to catch up on everything in the chat.
Oh, and we're reading chat too.
Sorry,
sorry, hang on, guys. I gotta catch up on chat. Pause the conversation that we're having. Pause the Adam L says you're fucking gay. Kitten Fart 123 says eat shit. And wow, it looks like Silly Weasel 21 says you're gay. Anyway, guys, let's continue with the conversation, please.
I would like you to fill me in on how you're feeling at the moment.
I can't describe it with words, actually.
Okay. Is there...
Quick question. Is there like a website that has a catalog of all the OBS plugins and I can just like pick and choose what I want? Is that an option? Anyone?
Maybe something that is adjacent to your feelings, like a scene from a movie or a TV show that you could describe that seems accurate? Or like a sense?
Hey, dumb fuck. Could you maybe tell me how you feel in Paw Patrol language?
I don't know if I don't know if I could describe it with like a TV sense or a movie. But I guess you could say that now that it's put into that sense, I mean, I'm feeling a mix of emotions at the moment. I mean, there's no set one emotion that I'm feeling. It's a plethora of them.
Okay.
I guess that's when you put it like that. You know, the best way I can describe it is, have you ever seen the movie?
So this is the part of the call where some of it's chopped up because according to Sasu like crashes the fuck out on this and is like crying and shit. And so Sasu asked that some of this be redacted. So
Requiem for a Dream, Daniel Aronofsky.
Great movie,
Sadly,
by the way.
I haven't, but I'll allow
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah. So might go on a tangent and stop me if I go too long.
That's okay. Go ahead.
That whole movie is based on, now I don't do drugs, but it's based around addiction and drug abuse. It's a really, really good movie. There's a lot of feelings of a sense of guilt, a lot of remorse, a lot of regret, a lot of denial as well. I think that's kind of what I'm sort of feeling at the moment, all four of those.
Okay.
When it comes to denial, I want to.
Denial is a river in Egypt, and LIO Convoy is gay. Write that down.
I guess the way I could describe it is that I'm in denial that it was as bad as people. I'm sorry, I don't even know how to explain it. I really don't
It's
know how to explain it.
Well, if I
But-
could interject. Sorry, you weren't done. You go ahead.
The way I would say is that I'm in denial that I acted that bad from where I sit, and this is something that I've always had an issue with. I don't. It's like with touch. Like I grab things, so when I touch something, to me it feels like I'm just like lightly squishing it. When in reality it's like I'm squeezing the hell out of it. That's what I feel like. Like I didn't know I was squeezing the hell out of something when I felt like I was just lightly touching it. There's an overwhelming sense of guilt now.
Well, no, this is like a rinse and repeat. This is like a proven tactic that works. You get somebody like in a call, and if I get into a call with Elle, and Elle and I are going to fight, and Elle and I are arguing with each other, and we don't like each other or whatever, the icebreaker, the reason that they never have one-on-one calls, is they need somebody to change the tone, to knock somebody off balance. That's the entire purpose of having like fucking streaming people. There's a difference between like a debate panel and then whatever the fuck this is, because this is just like better help at home. That's basically what this is, because that's the purpose of introducing somebody that's like more of a neutral or even amicable party, is to get somebody off guard. Because when we came into this call, we were very defensive. We were very happy to advocate for ourselves and say, no, fuck you, I'm going to finish talking. No, actually, that's not what happened. I want you guys to just fuck off and leave me alone. Very direct, very pointed, very aggressive. And we've switched the tone entirely to like this soft ooh like, well, I just feel, like sometimes. And it's like we totally fucking killed the vibe. And as soon as, and I'm calling it, I have ESPN, write this down. As soon as Ponder is done, I'm sure Ponder is going to leave the call, because if LIO goes hard and Ponder is there, Ponder has set the precedent that Ponder is interested in Sasu's well-being and therefore is expected to intervene on behalf of Sasu. Sprocket's going to pop out of the call, and then LIO's going to switch right back on. Kick right back into gear. It works every fucking time. It works every fucking time. Like, this is like a tried and true method that, works. That's why good cop, bad cop is a thing. It works well. It's very effective. It's very effective.
Starting to come over. It's like, you know what? I really shouldn't have done the things that I did point blank. I should have just. There's so many things that I could have done in a much different capacity, in a whole 180, that would have just stopped everything right then and there. And it would have never gotten to this point where I'd be dealing with a year and a half, a year of just constant, I'm going to be completely honest. A lot of my anger is just driven by a lot of regret and anger. And I'm a pissed human being. Like, I'm a sour. I'm not trying to guilt trip. And I swear to God, if anybody says it, I'm going to.
No, you're fine. You're fine. This is safe. You get to explain how you feel. You're fine.
This is it's obviously not a safe space when LIO Convoy is waiting with his attack trap card of, I've been raped.
I'm just a really bitter person. I'm a really angry person. All my life, I've never gotten anything that I've ever wanted. I was always told, you can't have it. Sasu, you can't have it. You're not mentally good enough. You're not good enough. It's not good enough. You're never going to have any friends because you're not like us. I always tried to fit in with the jocks rather than the nerds. And it was always like, you're not good enough, Sasu. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. And, I have a lot of, I guess I could describe it as misanthropic feelings, but I just.
Good word.
I really don't like people in general. Like, I don't.
Same.
Is it even safe to even talk about this at this point? I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable talking about it.
That's
Yeah.
okay. If you're getting uncomfortable, I can interject. First of all,
Yeah, we're like goading this person into goading them into a false sense of security. Yeah.
I would like to say that I'm very proud of you for opening up like that and sharing your feelings to us. That was really, really considerate of you, and I thank you for that. Secondly, I would like to point out that guilt and denial in particular are feelings that we end up bringing about because we don't want to. It's a way of protecting ourselves, because sometimes reality can be a little upsetting, and it's a psychological means of basically denying any potential wrongdoing on our part. And that's not to put anything on you. That's just how human beings work. There's nothing
this
wrong.
is the fucked up part. I should go back before I was rudely interrupted. I agree.
Secondly, I would like to point out that guilt and denial in particular are feelings that we end up bringing about because we don't want to. it's a way of protecting ourselves, because sometimes reality
I love
can be
you.
a little upsetting, and it's a psychological means of basically denying any potential wrongdoing on our part.
I'm gonna back this up one more time.
That guilt and denial in particular are feelings that we end up bringing about because we don't want to. It's a way of protecting ourselves, because sometimes reality can be a little upsetting, and it's a psychological means of basically denying any potential wrongdoing on our part. And that's not to put anything on you. That's just how human beings work.
What?
There's nothing wrong with it. I completely understand it. However, in this regard, I think acknowledging that guilt and acknowledging that a lot of those issues are coming from guilt and denial of the situation is one really big step in growing and understanding why you react that way. So I think you're already on the right path to a degree. It's just a matter of keeping yourself focused on that path, which I understand is really, really difficult for the long game, but I promise you it's worth it. So
If I stand on that, if that's okay. Sure. Awesome. So yeah,
I'm
as
actually
Tom was
not, though.
saying- Oh, go on then.
Look, how honest do you want me to be? Do you want me to be politely honest, or do you want me to be 100% brutally, no punches pulled honest?
I
Whatever
would like you to
better
be
for
as honest as you are comfortable being.
That's screwed. I might as well be as honest as possible. Look, this is probably going to scare the living shit out of everybody,
Bad choice,
but
dude.
I don't care. If we're going to be bare bones and we're going to be 100% bare bones, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought somebody was talking. I apologize.
Don't do it, dude.
When
Don't do
that
it.
call happened in June,
Don't do it.
I didn't just have feelings of suicide.
Oh boy.
I'm actually, I'm going to sound like a fucking maniac when I even say this, or a psychopath.
Do you think
Yeah,
that's
people have to-
specifically?
Sorry,
I was going to say, do you specifically think that that may be a result of the anger issues? You did mention that when you get angry, sometimes you have feelings of violence. Could that be the result of it?
This is. Somebody has to be able to pull the plug on these conversations, dude. Somebody has to be able to do it. If fucking, like, who was in that call where Jalen, like, punched the fucking wall? Who was in that call? I don't remember who was in that call. They were unironically like, yeah, we're not going to be on the fucking call with you. If you're going to act like this, like, no shot. Like, you have the ability to just pull the plug on this shit. Why do people do this? It's, like, disgusting. It's like they actually fucking get hard from people squirming like this. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Why would you not pull the plug on this immediately? And again, this is like a public spectator match. Like, this isn't like a private call where they're kind of like hashing out their issues. This is like with an arena of people watching. Like, if people have the respect to just like pull the plug when Jalen is like actually hurting herself on a call, I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't pull the fucking plug on that. That's crazy. That's actually fucking crazy. That's disgusting. And it's in LIO's Discord server, so it's his fault. Actually, it's his fault entirely. It's his fault entirely for not having the wherewithal to understand this is not good. I'm gonna fucking pull the plug. This is crazy.
Yes, but with this particular instance, and I'm not going to lie, I have never tried to lie. I never tried to lie. I don't try to lie during all of this, but we might as well be 100% honest now since it's out there. When I was cut off, and when I was essentially thrown away, the idea...
Okay, and so do you think, you
Shut
mentioned
the
earlier
fuck
that a lot
up.
of your anger issues stem from the feeling of not being good enough. Do you think maybe that when you were rejected and when you heard that you had potentially violated other people's boundaries, that was specifically what it brought up? The idea that you weren't good enough for the friend group, you weren't good enough to be associated with the people who felt hurt by you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. That's probably the best way I could put it into words.
Okay, well, in that case, I would like to reframe it a bit for you. I don't think it's a matter
Just
of...
shut up and let him fucking talk instead of doing all this shit. This is so fucking annoying. This is so fucking annoying. Like, we're just creating such a big buffer here. A big buffer. This is the plausibility, or the plausible deniability blanket from hell. It's like, let me do my very best to derail this, even though this is exactly the fucking result that I wanted the entire time, to make it look like I didn't do anything wrong in this situation.
Of you not being good enough. I like to view people as weird little oblong shapes. Some of them fit together very, very well, like puzzle pieces. Some of them...
If you think about it, like, every person is just like a puzzle. And just like a jigsaw puzzle, it takes some time to figure out what pieces go together and what don't. And really, when you think about it like that, it's actually kind of beautiful to know that there are people out there that are part of your puzzle. Bro, I'm gonna punch a hole in the wall. I'm gonna do it. It's a bad day to be drywall, you guys. I'm gonna go ape shit in like 3 seconds.
you have to kind of force it. Some pieces just aren't going to fit together no matter what you do. Now, over time, those pieces can shift and change. They are not completely solid. People can change and grow with time, and I think it's important to allow people that opportunity to change. So maybe you will end up fitting with some people that you didn't fit with earlier in life. That's just the reality of how growth works. I don't think it's a matter of you not being good enough. I think it's just a matter that your individual shape isn't meshing entirely well with the people that you want it to. So
Dude,
maybe
I didn't pre-watch this. I swear to God. Hand on the fucking Bible, I didn't pre-watch this. Somebody stop white women. Somebody. Dude, put her back in the kitten crate. Holy shit.
Well, that's because you're a woman.
Oh my fucking God. Your Audi has live, laugh, love decorations in every room of the home. Your Audi loves to watch pop psychology videos on TikTok. Your Audi loves to emotionally manipulate people in Discord calls. Please try to appreciate each fact uniquely. I'm gonna fucking...
maybe it's just a matter of finding people who mesh really, really well with you and working on yourself in such a way that you can make those connections even stronger and feel worth everything that you want to feel and validated in your emotions.
Andre, I
Everybody
really
wants to
appreciate
feel
that, but
Everybody
I think I
wants to
just
be
fucked it up
odd.
by even admitting all of that. I don't think anybody's going to be a friend with me, and I know for a fact that this.
Your Audi is a goddamnit Malcolm viewer. Ah!
I'll be as honest and open with this misanthropic feeling as possible. Not only do I like humans in general, I despise them. I live as a hermit. I don't go out as much as possible. The only reason why I'm out now is because my family doesn't hear this. But if you want me to be honest.
Well, Deadhead, where did we learn that trick from? The apples don't fall very far from the stinky tree that doesn't know how to shower, right?
If you want me to be completely honest, I live as a hermit because I know that I cannot really function in society. Because I know for a fact one day, all this anger that I've been building up for the last couple of years is going to explode one day. And I'm either going to end up, going nuts and just, that's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling whatsoever. So when I got rejected from a friend group, at this point, there was a conflict between, oh, you're better than them.
This is shit that you do when you're like 14. I remember, I think I was like 12, 11, 12, 13-ish. I think I was in middle school. I used to play Call of Duty all the time. I was a Call of Duty rat. That's what I did all the time. And there were like a group of guys that I played with all the time. It was like the same, there's enough of us for a party. So I think it was like the same 6 people. We were all in a group together or whatever. And I remember one time, like, I don't even remember what it was about, truthfully. But I remember, like, at one point they were like, we don't want to fucking play with you anymore. And I was like, I literally cried. I was like, what? You guys don't want to play Call of Duty? You guys don't want to play Search and Destroy with me anymore? Like, why? What do you mean? Why do you not want to play Search and Destroy with me? We were doing really good. Our win-loss ratio is great. What do you mean, bro? I did that when I was like fucking 12, okay? Like, we're adults. We're adults. Why the fuck are we doing this? Why are we crashing out and fucking, like, pulling our fingernails out one at a time? Because, how many Discord servers are there, you guys? There's nowhere else that you could go? This is crazy to me. This is just crazy to me. And I understand that the scope for a lot of these people is limited because a lot of these people are intellectually disabled. And I completely understand that and I have empathy for that. And to quote Sproctor, I hold space for that, obviously. But like, you guys, there's a whole beautiful world out there. A whole beautiful world. Don't get locked away in the kitten crate. Okay? Don't do it.
No, at this point, you might as well just let loose and fuck everything. And then all of it collide and then it all turn into a mess. So, you want to put this out on the internet, that's fine. I don't really care anymore. If you want to call my fucking job and get me fired, I don't care anymore. I really don't. I do not. Because at this point, because at this point, my life is over. My life is 100% over. It's been over since the day I fucking acted stupid with them. I can't take it back. It's all out there now. There's nothing that I can do. And people are probably going to say that I'm manipulating. I don't care. I don't.
So I would like to clarify, nobody's going to call your...
You remember when Trans Alphaba lied about having autism to get into Autism's Got Talent in the UK? Anybody remember this crossover episode? LIO's Discord server is actually the recruiting channel for Autism's Got Talent. Fun fact.
Your job, and I completely understand that it may feel like that at the moment, that your life is over. I promise you it's not. Your life will continue, and you're going to have highs and you're going to have lows, and some of them are going to be really, really beautiful, and some of them are going to be really, really ugly, but I promise you that they are coming. If I can be perfectly candid, I also understand where you're coming from with regards to being a hermit. I'm basically in the same boat. However, I'm from a different end of the emotional spectrum, which is why I am also a hermit. I also dislike people. but and a lot of it is I understand that I equally have mental health issues. A lot of it is just recognizing your issues, wanting to be better, and taking those steps. Recognizing the issues can be one of the biggest hurdles because there is that denial, there is that sense of guilt, there is a lack of wanting to acknowledge that something is wrong, and because taking the steps to better yourself can be really, really scary sometimes. But I promise you, it is worth it. Have you ever tried guided meditations?
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
No,
Shut up.
Meditations with a T.
No, never.
Okay, I would like you at some point, maybe tonight or tomorrow, whenever.
Fun fact, meditation is actually empirically proven to help reduce stress in your cortisol levels. Did you know that if you meditate, if you listen to nature sounds, including rain, oceans, forest, bird calls, etc., it's significantly more effective at reducing your stress than synthetic sounds such as like city walking or music. Fun fact, write that down.
If you have free time, to look up guided meditations. And you can find guided meditations for different things. You can find some that help you wake up in the morning. You can find some that help you go to sleep. You can specifically find some that are good for anxiety or anger issues. What you do when you listen to a guided meditation is you listen to what is the instructions that are being relayed to you, and you do what is being told. One of the, what I presented to you, the clenching of the fists and tightening up your body, that is actually something that you can find in some guided meditations as a calming technique.
That's not a part of guided meditation. That's called progressive muscle relaxation, you stupid fucking bitch. Guards, that is its own unique therapeutic approach. Progressive muscle relaxation. Hello, guards. Get this woman.
And it's really, really useful in some scenarios. It works for me for my anxiety, and I hope that it works for you with some of your anger. That is one thing that I think you could try. Are you in therapy at the moment?
Yeah, I am. Clearly it's not
Okay.
enough.
Well, maybe you just don't have the right therapist. Maybe you're not talking about the right things. It's not necessarily always that the therapy doesn't work. Maybe it hasn't
You should talk to me instead. Sounds like your therapist sucks. Anyway.
started working yet because you're not quite there yet. And that's totally fine. It's just a matter of sticking to it. And I promise you, it is good. And already I'm
Ponder made guided meditation videos. Oh my god, that's what actually plays. Never mind, I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm gonna let it go.
very proud of you for taking those steps. I promise you it will be worth
very
it in the
proud of
long
you.
run. I understand that it's very easy to ask for other people to take your feelings into consideration and for them to not try to get you upset because you have these anger issues. I understand where that comes from. However, it is not the responsibility of other people to cater to our issues. When I'm having anxiety, that is not someone else's fault. That is a result of my brain being on fire. And it is our responsibility as people with those issues to acknowledge when things are getting a little too much for us and to separate ourselves from that situation. So if you acknowledge that hearing about the victims, the people that you have victimized, speaking openly about what they have been through, if that sets you off, I'm sorry, but it is your responsibility to take yourself away, to step away from that situation, and to
I'm done with the internet. No more pop psychology. I'm done.
work
I've had
on
it.
anything that will make you feel better in the moment, whether that be gaming, whether that be playing Dungeons and Dragons or hanging out with your friends, whether that be guided meditations or taking a walk. In the end, it'll showcase to your victims that you respect them, you understand that you have hurt them.
Your victims. Oh my god, grow up. It's Discord beef. Is your victims. Your online victims. The people that you made upsetty spaghetti on twitter.com. Your victims. Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
And that you are willing to take the steps to better yourself as a person and to respect the distance that they request from you.
No.
There's one big issue with that, though. The unfortunate thing is that once it's out there, I'm fucked. And let me explain why I'm fucked. Because, nobody's going to want to be around me. Nobody's going to want to, say that, oh, why would I want to be around Sasu when he can't respect boundaries? That's just not fucking true. It's just the whole thing.
Oh, LIO's powering up. He's powering up.
Ponder has done an excellent job talking to you right now.
Whoa! LIO Convoy with the steel chair! Just when you thought Sasu was having a moment of clarity and understanding his wrongs in the situation and about to atone for his sins, LIO Convoy comes in to call him a slur. I don't think he's gonna recover from this. I think Sasu's down for the count. Let's see.
This is where I have to step in. I'm not trying to step on Ponder's toes here. It's not my intention. But there's a line.
Well, yeah, you'd break her entire fucking leg if you stepped on her toes, bro. Jesus Christ. Ah.
To be drawn here. Sasu, that is who you are. And that is what you have done. You have got to stop lying. Because that is what you've been trying to do this entire conversation. You have tried to lie about what you've done. You've tried to lie about how you've been treated. You've tried to lie about the actions you've taken behind the scenes. You try to lie about your motivations. That will not be permitted. Liar! No, sir. And on top of that, you are failing, I dare say intentionally, to recognize how your actions affected other people. So let me take, for example, one thing here. You talked about how bad you feel when people yell at you. They make you feel small and useless. But you did it to Sonny, knowing full well it would bother them. You weaponized that because it's something you knew. You sat in this call and tried to say that you did not.
That's crazy. I wonder who has a little black book of trauma that's crazy. It's like, I dislike all of these sneaky tactics that you're using to be manipulative. I know that I was the one that, like, literally taught you how to do that. But listen, it's wrong now. Come on.
Disagreeing with Lumi's boundaries. I literally played you the call where you literally said exactly that. And then, and this is what's disturbing to me. All right? Because let's not play games. I also have anger issues.
We know.
This is what I'm working on.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the fact...
If you're 40 years old and you're working on something, it's time to retire. It's time to put in for your pension. Okay, you've paid your dues to society. It's kind of like how we've been working on losing weight since like 2012. Been working very hard.
You admitted that you wanted to do physical harm because somebody put up a boundary is extremely distressing. And I also know...
I think it's just like the frame rate that's dropping for you guys because my bitrate is stable. I think it's the frame. Another kitten has hit the router. Oh, God.
Boundary.
Let me back up a little bit.
That
Sorry,
you
kittens.
wanted to do physical harm because somebody put up a boundary is extremely distressing.
Kind of like when you said you were going to fist fight Jordan because Jordan was like, hey, you were kind of a piece of shit.
And I also know what you were trying to do right now. What you were trying to do is say, well, my life's over if this gets out.
Yes.
So here's the kicker, and I need you to understand. There's an excellent quote from Roosevelt. If you could kick the...
A Roosevelt quote? Oh my God. Perish. Perish!
Here's the kicker. And
put me in the car, in the garage, with the car on. Just let me go to sleep forever. Put me in the forever box.
I need you to understand. There's an excellent quote from Roosevelt. If you could kick in the pants the guy who's responsible for 90% of your problems, you wouldn't be able to sit for a week.
What? One more time?
The guy who's responsible for 90% of your problems, you wouldn't be able to sit for a week.
Is he saying that he's going to fuck him in the ass? What?
What you were trying to do right now. What you were trying to do is say, well, my life's over if this gets out. Sasu, here's the kicker. And I need you to understand. There's an excellent quote from Roosevelt. If you could kick in the pants the guy who's responsible for 90% of your problems, you wouldn't be able to sit for a week.
Call is coming from inside of the house, I guess? What? Like, this entire problem is your fault.
If the truth about your actions gets out, Sasu, that's your fault.
Your
fault. You made those choices. You chose to operate like that. You chose to continually come back, because I'm going to come back to that statement here. Because Ponder's right. You had the responsibility to remove yourself from the spaces, but you didn't. You had no reason to be in Zach's premiere and lose your mind over a single mention. You had no reason to do that. You also had no reason to go into Crystal Server and talk about how I'm friends with benefits with somebody that was family. You also didn't have a
Oh, yeah, with family, that's true. With family, you're always like, yes, kitten, ooh, and doing like the ooh daddy shit. You're a fucking freak, dude. You're disgusting. Incest kink confirmed? Jesus Christ.
Real reason to go to Tommy's house and lie about things or put some goofy Google Doc out. The truth of the matter is, Sasu, you have never properly been told no. So I am telling you that right now. And for the record, if you're wondering who put out the call, the breasts and a beard one, that was Weebus.
The what?
Know that. And I'm
the what call?
Of doing that because you were off on that. You've been off on this entire thing. Every time. Because what you want, Sasu, you don't want to be left alone. What you want, and this is going to sound cruel, but I need to be clear here.
Be clear.
You want to be...
And you hear the chair like squeaking. It's like, oh, help me. The chair like squeaking in the background. It's like, oh, please. Please, I can't breathe.
What you want, and this is going to sound cruel, but I need to be clear here. You want to be a victim, and you are not. Have there been people that we have treated poorly? Yes. I'll be blunt with you, Rosa.
If he has fucking victims, if fucking Sasu has victims, he's arguably a victim of you by your own metric. Can one person know how to debate that goes into one of these calls? Can one person who knows how to debate fucking get in on this? Like, please, one person.
Obviously, I've also treated some of my former mods poorly. 100%, and I shouldn't have. And I'm working to repay that in other ways. What I'm not doing is running around lying about it and trying to side with weirdos that you know about to do so.
Oh, kind of like Vita, kind of like Peaches, kind of like, who are the other ones? Vita, Peaches, oh god. I'm drawing a blank. Oh my god, my brain's fried. There's more. Who are some of the other ones? There were some of the other ones that were fucking freaks too. I'm not looking at my screen. It's gonna come to me. Vita's the biggest one that I can think of. Wow, I do have to look. Misanthropony, Weebus, Coyote Lovely. Thank you. I had to look. Sorry, my brain is completely fucking fried. Like, fuck.
I'm not doing that. Because I'm a grown man and I will own what I've done. You will not. You refuse to. You say your life's over if this gets out. No, it's not. You just might not be able to run around online like you used to. You might actually have to operate in the real physical world, which can 100% do you good in every avenue.
Take your own advice, King.
You want to get your anger under control? Start lifting. Start going on jogs. Start doing physical activity. You want to have friends? Go to social events and learn how to interact. It's going to be trial by error. It's going to suck for a while, but that's what you do. This continual desire to come back for, let's be honest, revenge. When number one, I didn't do dick to you.
LIO?
Oh, you guys, he said the bad word. You guys. Oh my god. He said a bad word. Oh my god. Wow. Mark your calendars.
I was patient with you.
LIO, we're talking. I said to Sassy, I said to you, we're talking.
I didn't do anything to you. Thank you, Crystal. I did not harm you. And you still acted like this. There's no justification for it, Sasu. There's no thing that will magically make it to where what you've done is okay. And nobody's obligated to be quiet about what you put them through, because we didn't put you through anything.
Wow.
At all.
Am I allowed
Go
to
ahead,
say
Sonny.
something? Since I think the call is winding down.
Permission to speak?
Sasu, you still here?
Listening, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm just so tired. It's so exhausting to listen to every call and listen back to everything. And when it seems that the only time that you recognize what you did wrong and talk about it is when people are nice to you and when people are using a gentle tone with you. And it's so, like, I've heard myself say the exact same thing, only once in a gentle tone and once in a more harsh tone, and you react completely opposite to both times, and it
Contradictory.
it's exhausting. But I'm not angry anymore. I don't have that capacity in me anymore. I mean, I don't have much to be like. I'm not the main person that you affected during this, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. But I'm going to add on to what LIO said before, that you do need to operate in the real world. And I'm not saying that like as a demeaning, yo, go touch grass, LOL, terminally online. Like, I'm not using it like that. I'm saying that, you know, obviously it's difficult, right? It's hard to have to operate in the real world and try to adjust to that type of thing. But it's also hard. You've said it yourself. It is difficult. It is hard to be online and see what people say about you.
God,
So
Yapper
if
with a
it's gonna be hard either
capital
way,
Y.
need you to-
Later sent her an email saying,
God, shut up. Okay, who's next?
because I'm tired of it.
God, how is she
Honestly,
still
that's all-
fucking
that's all I'm
talking?
gonna say.
Oh my god.
there's also, additionally, you'll tell people that you'll leave them alone, only to immediately turn around and change that. You did it to Asuka. You told her you weren't going to contact her, and then immediately later sent her an email saying that, you know, you said that, but you're retracting that now. So,
Does anybody know what the block function is? Hello?
I'm going to be firm.
Be firm.
I'm going to be blunt.
Be
And I'm
blunt.
not going to say this with the
Firm and blunt, just like redacted.
intention to be cruel, but with the intention to be clear. I have a fairly decent-sized community. I would like to maintain the safety of that community. You have, in this call, admitted not only that you will not respect boundaries, but that you had violent desires when somebody told you.
He's gonna sick the kittens on him, bro. Act right, or it gets the hose again. Oh my god. What the fuck, dude?
To respect that. You will not be in my community. I will not subject decent people to your actions. You have the right to change, you have the right to grow, you have the right to improve yourself, go to therapy, all that good stuff. You will not do it in my spaces. And you will not continue to consort with nefarious people that you know are nefarious just because you're mad over the fact that you're not allowed around here. Do you understand me?
I understand clearly.
ASMR hell.
You better.
Is there anything you'd like
Because
to
if
say?
I can...
Oh, go on,
Listen, boy, you better get.
No. Whatever else needs to be said in other ways.
Yeah, I'd like to say, like, so, as well as explained, as
And then we have another yapper. Oh boy.
it's not, again, well, it's just us setting our boundaries, saying, due to the things you said, and again, for different reasons.
My boundaries, my boundaries. Block somebody.
I have an issue with just the wording from before, and I had an issue with your... I'm going to say it. I think the word you're looking for and the thoughts you're having are intrusive. I would like to believe you would never act upon them, and I would like to believe you would talk to your therapist about them and explain it, because intrusive thoughts are something everyone has. It's thoughts which like just come in really abhorrent, and you're like, oh my god, why am I thinking that? Why am I feeling that way? This isn't okay. But it's normal. But
it's so fucking annoying because it's like the parts that I think are relevant in here are the ones that were cut out, and I obviously understand why Sasu wanted them cut out of the call. That's not surprising to me. But like, I don't understand how you can claim that you're like wanting to like help people, quote unquote, like help people, but your quote unquote help is literally just like fucking screaming at them in a Discord call until they break down completely. To the point of like crying and shit. Like, again, I would say it's for content, but what's the content? To get your Discord kittens excited? To get your Discord kittens in heat? Like, what is the point? Other than, like, some weird fucking, like, boner thing. I don't know. It's fucking weird, dude.
But if it's a constant thought to the idea where you almost went down to Ireland, I would highly recommend you to look into that because I don't want you to hurt yourself and or hurt anybody else, with that being said. So
It's
is
actually a little more Sorry, real quick. It's actually a little more sinister than that because it's something I forgot to bring up that I'm going to now.
Oh, wow. Lay it on me. Lie,
Sasu
man.
also had a thing for Lumi. Something he's tried to deny in other situations, but he's admitted to me.
Okay, well, you had a thing for Hopeless Peaches and every other Discord e-horde that you talk to and fucking goon with on livestream, but okay. It's a sin when others, you know, may he who is without sin cast the first stone, they say. Meanwhile, we're gooning to our e-whores regularly. Very, very cool.
So it adds more concern that this is somebody he had an interest in, romantically, that the minute the boundary set up, the violent desire shows up. And part of the problem is, if it was just an intrusive thought, you and I might be simpatico on that, Crystal. So I'm respectfully disagreeing with you here because he admitted that he has anger and violence issues. Somebody doesn't have issues that are just thoughts in that case. They're issues they've acted on. So, Sasu, have you ever done something in violence physically when you're angry?
Rather not answer
Before
that
you can
question.
answer that, well, I will answer it for you. Yes, you have. I heard you slamming your fist against the console. I've also had the call where you threw things at
Dude, I heard you crash out because you got your ass kicked at Fortnite, and I heard you get really mad because you got your ass kicked at Fortnite. Therefore, I think because this girl on Discord rejected you, you might go to her house and kill her. Like, has anyone had a real problem ever? Anybody had a real problem ever, guys?
your parents. So I have the answer to that. I was saying if you're going to be honest.
I've done violent shit, yeah.
Yeah, so you're not safe. You're not well. And I'm not going to bully you over not being well, but I'm also not going to allow you around here. And if you you are smart, if you have...
We are going to play Mind Rape Prison until he fucking has a breakdown and cries on stream.
Here's my disconnect, all right?
Connect it
Not
for
just
me.
because you keep running to weirdos, that you know are weirdos, but also... excuse me.
Oh, here we go. We're going to hit the 150 HP voice. Let's go.
How do I put this? Okay, I'll put it this way.
Put it this way.
If there is a tiger outside, and I have a desire to not die by tiger, I will avoid the tiger. Why? Because I know, deep down, despite the alleged machismo...
He's literally, like, he literally has to have the IQ of, like, 15. Like, there's no way that his, like, logical reasoning, this is the best example that he can come up with. Like, there's no fucking shot. There is not a single chance in the fucking world that this guy has, like, a functional IQ level. Like, there's not a chance in fucking hell. This is the example that we come up with? Dude, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Machismo and inability to admit I can be whooped that people seem to think I have. I'm not winning a fight against a tiger. I'm not. That thing's gonna maul me if I'm lucky and kill me if I'm not. What you're doing, Sasu, is you're saying you're scared of that tiger, and then you go and poke it with a stick, and then you get surprised when you get cut. No more of that. If you don't want to be around, if you don't want to have the stress, leave. Disconnect.
Here's a crazy idea. I'm Malcolm. I'm really invested in the well-being of my, my mamacitas. I'm really invested. I'm very parasocially attached to all of you, the way that LIO Convoy runs his fucking Discord server. All of you guys are my best friends. Each one of you individually are my personal best friend, okay? As, Father Malcolm of the Discord server, I see, that Mr. Mollusk is crashing out bad, okay? And I think, as God King Malcolm does, that I think, Mr. Mollusk needs to take a break from the internet. It's becoming really unhealthy for him, the way that he engages in the internet. And my colloquial wisdom would be, Mr. Mollusk, you should go outside. I'm in control of the Discord server that Mr. Mollusk is crashing out on. Why would I not just fucking ban him? If I actually care so much about Mr. Mollusk trying to kill himself day in and day out because he can't fucking escape the terror that is Casa Bonita, he's like literally like clawing out his fucking eyes because he's like, oh, I can't rest. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Why would I not just ban Mr. Mollusk? I care so much, but I'm just gonna let people get mind raped endlessly in my server. Good idea.
Get out into reality. Stop. Because you're not acting like you're worried about...
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, love that song. Great song, by the way.
Community. You're acting like somebody else who we're also dealing with, who says they're totally scared of this community, but they keep coming back. So I'm gonna be super blunt. You're not getting your way. You're not going to get the revenge you think you are owed. You will not get the payback you think you are going to get. If anything, if you keep going
and you will not be allowed back into the kitten kennel.
Find out you hurt somebody else, the only thing you're going to get are police. Because now we've crossed the boundary of Sasu just...
And then we're threatening to do the fucking, I'm going to call your fucking parents again shit. This is fucking insane, dude. This is fucking insane. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy, dude. This is nuts. This is nuts. If you hurt someone again, the cops are going to come. Because you were mean to somebody in LIO's Discord server. Jesus Christ.
Being a dick to Sasu being a danger. And I will not play that game here.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're good. It's the frame rate. It's the frame rate, you guys. My bit rate is fine. My bit rate is fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everybody's good. We're fine. Everybody do your shark breath.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, I understand you, but I'm just going to tell you straight up, I can't operate in reality. You know this very well, dude. You know this 100%.
That's quitter talk.
Why?
Literally pull yourself up by your... Do you feel depressed, guys? Stop. Literally stop being a pussy. Like, autism is just a state of mind. Just like, don't. Just like, don't be autistic, guys. Good. Wow. This is a strong message. This is a very strong message. Let's go. This is strong.
Wow! This is a strong message!
Why do you feel that you can't act within reality, Sasu, if you don't mind me asking?
Listen to what I just admitted. That's the darkest secret I've never wanted to admit. I was going to go to the grave with that secret. Now I did reveal it. Hold on. I revealed it on my own accord. And now here I am basically destroying whatever future I have with anybody. And, basically making myself look like not only a fool, but a potential serial killer. So again, not only can I not operate because I'm unlikable and I can't control my anger, I'm fucked regardless. Nobody's going to be friends with me. Hold on. Nobody's going to
I think a few more sessions with Sprocket. I think he would be fixed. We need a few more deep breathing sessions.
be friends with me. Nobody's going to want to do anything with me. Because, again, I fucked myself. I totally fucked myself.
Okay,
Sasu, remember what I said about the tightening exercises? I want you to try that right now, please.
I would like you to do progressive muscle relaxation. Now, kitten!
If you would be willing to indulge me. I think you would honestly be surprised, like, how forgiving some people can be.
I don't care.
Some
Shut
people
up.
will
No. You're not.
Oh, well, I missed something.
especially
Okay.
anger issues, and they will still accept you.
No. You're not being pushed around in this call. Go ahead, Crystal.
Okay, Sasu.
We're taking turns doing the fucking gauntlet. Yes, dude. Dude. Yeah. When we're literally like taking turns, like this is how this works, okay? This is how this works, all right? If you're at a call and somebody says, hey, Jer Bear, and they say da 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 da, and you go, oh, okay, actually interesting they said that, and they're like, stop! Jim is gonna go next, and then Jim goes da 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 da, and you're like, okay, that's crazy. Anyway, and they're like, hang on, 1 second, we have to let Jenna in as well. Like, yes, you guys are ganging up on him. Yes, you are. Just because we're talking in our 1 HP fucking fake therapy voice does not mean that we are not being ganged up on. Oh my god, kill me.
See, what we do is just take a second, because you're obviously very emotional, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, again.
Ooh, hang on, I have to add, another. I also, another content wish for me is, POV LIO Convoy is your trip sitter AI slot video. That's also on my content wish list. Thanks for your time.
You can see literally in this call, me and Lyle were disagreeing with like how we feel you could approach this, and again, that's okay. It's just again to beat those hotbox allegations I've been facing. Anyways, if you felt no regret, if you felt no remorse, and you thought everything you did and everything you felt that you feel about these people and the thoughts that you had were normal, I would be a lot more concerned. But that you're showing this disgust, this like uneasiness with your own thoughts and feelings, it shows that you know this isn't normal, and that shows that you want to.
Okay, here's the thing.
Here's the
You're
thing,
saying,
guys.
Stop. You're saying, and here's where I'm going to be direct here, as I tend to be. You're saying, well, nobody would accept me. I can't get over this. Come on. There are literally felons out there who now work decent jobs, provide for their family, have stable lives and income.
Crazy that we're swinging lower than a fucking felon. That's kind of a self-report, is it not?
Who've actually done physical harm to people. Some have been murderers, some have been gang members. No, what you're saying isn't congruent with reality. The truth of the matter is, Sasu, you have to actually work at it. It's not going to be given to you. Because one of the things
That's crazy. That's almost like how weight loss works too. Interesting.
I have learned about you by watching how you react to things and by how you are dealt with.
I just like to watch.
In terms of how your family does, you have been babied. You will not be by reality. We're not doing this. No, sir. You're climbing up this victim here. I'm sorry, but you're not. You're not. Sasu, if you're regretful, that's fine. Get offline and work on yourself.
Lio, the call's coming from inside of the house. The treadmill is waiting. It's collecting dust.
That's it. There's no easy answer here for you. Life can be rough. That's the truth of the...
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir. This is the last thing I'm saying.
No, sir.
Okay, so. From
This is the last thing.
You've expressed regret. From this call, you've acknowledged and you've backtracked.
Okay,
right? So,
I don't care. Shut up.
This information professionals around you.
I don't care. I don't care. I
But you-
don't care.
we
And we're
aren't
still
professional,
talking.
you
We're
need to
still
stop. You
talking.
assumed I was, but
Blah,
again,
blah,
it's
blah, blah, blah,
you had the
blah,
issue.
blah, blah,
You're like,
blah,
oh, yes,
blah,
people
blah, blah,
from your
blah,
school,
blah,
prove me
blah,
right,
blah,
the
blah,
stats you've been giving due diligence, and
blah,
I
blah,
think
blah,
get
blah.
you help,
Jesus
and you a
Christ.
level of you.
Be exceptionally more
Okay,
receptive.
let's silence a white woman is talking.
It's also probably worth noting a therapist is going to be exceptionally more receptive if you tell them that you are concerned about these feelings, that you don't inherently want to act on them, that you recognize that they're not normal. Because then a therapist.
True, if you come in and you're like, actually, it's super base that I destroy my house every time I lose at fucking Call of Duty, the therapist is going to be like, Pog. But if you come in and you're like, listen, I'm scared, they're going to be like, oh, that's not good. True. Wow, she's very smart.
Will understand that you want to get better, you want to grow, and you don't want to be like that.
Of closure, you wanted
Oh yeah, I know they're cutting because he's crying and like freaking out. I know.
a final note, and again, it was a bit silly, but again, you now see that we're not out.
If you are ever in a situation like this and somebody is at the point of fucking tears over a conflict, if it is your conversation to have, you are responsible for ending the conversation when somebody crashes out like that. That is inappropriate and it's wrong. And it is a moral failing to allow somebody to literally mentally break on your behalf. It's fucking disgusting.
To attack you, but we don't all hate you. Like this call, like literally 1 hour of this call has just been us trying to understand where you're coming from, trying to understand your motives. So again, you're not too far gone in any degree. You can get the help, but again, we can't provide that for you.
Well, Proctor can. Let's not speak for all the white women at the call.
I know you can't provide it.
Well, we're glad it's the first step. You've taken the first step in the right direction to admit to these feelings.
Yeah, this is
We
just
can only support
this is just fucked up, dude. This is just good cop, bad cop shit. They're literally like triangulating this fucking dude to get content. It's fucking
so
disgusting.
much and give you so much closure, while a therapist can do so much more with that.
Then you need to say it to a therapist because we're not going to do that for you, Sasu.
I know.
That's literally what you guys did this whole fucking call. Oh my god.
They're kind of you, and I appreciate that they have been, but this is to make things very clear where the line in the sand is. We're not going to be your therapists. We're not going to coddle you. I think that this call needs to wrap up, honestly, because
Oh yeah, after like 2 fucking hours of him crying. Good idea.
said what we need to. We've said what we need to. You've been given very clear, defined lines. Do
This could have been an email.
not be so foolish that you cross them again. Which means I don't want to hear about you being in the server. I don't need to, because I'm not interested in hearing excuses for your lack of autonomy.
Okay, so he's already like a tearful, puddled mess, and we're still going.
Not going to pay attention to that.
Lio's the kind of person that would like punch somebody who is paralyzed. Like he's like such a fucking. I was really close to saying it. He's such a fucking loser, dude. He's such a fucking loser. Like he finds smaller, weaker beings to pick on. That serial killer shit. It's like it's why it's such a red flag when people like kill animals and shit. Because it's like you're literally seeking out smaller, weaker beings, and you experience joy from watching them squirm underneath your weight, which is a monumental ask of anyone, truthfully. It's a surprise that he's alive. It's fucking crazy. It's sick. It's sick. Thank God. I'm praying. I don't know what Lio does for work. I think somebody said a truck driver or something. I don't know if that's true. It probably explains why he can be on his phone all day. But I pray to fucking God, this man has never fucking worked in like healthcare or anything like that. Because this is like the horror stories that you hear of like, you know, care aides that like beat the shit out of their clients and shit like that. Or they beat the shit out of their fucking patients or they kill them and shit like that. This is like cat killer behavior. This is fucking crazy, dude. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Let's find somebody, you know, berate them till they're in tears, and then we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep twisting. It's like, oh my god, it's like necromancy. He just wants to like fuck their corpse and shit after he's already, you know, beat them to death with his giant fucking grippers. Just beat them into a pulp and then do necromancy and shit with the dead body. Oh my god. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. It's just terrible.